I have 5 school idol roommates. Every night, we have to draw lots before bed. Whoever I draw, I have to sleep in their bed. But rather than getting mad, these campus beauties actually fight over who gets to share a bed with me. It all started because I was a month late for the new semester. By some accident, I was assigned to live with 5 school idols, but there are only 5 beds in the dorm. And so, every morning, I wake up in a different beauty's bed. Right now, I had just pushed open the dorm room door, only to be yanked into a corner. Then, I saw 5 stunning beauties standing fiercely in front of me. Spill it. How did you sneak in? Tell us, or we'll tear you limb from limb, one of the girls said, absolutely furious. As she spoke, one of the girls raised her long, fair leg, pressing her soft, pink toes right against my chest. Just as I thought, we're better off killing a scumbag like this, right? Another long-legged beauty said with an icy glare. She didn't hide the disgust in her eyes at all, and even showed a hint of murderous intent. How interesting, but that would ruin all the fun. Before I could even process what was happening, a pair of snowy white globes filled my vision. A short-haired beauty was squatting right in front of me. Her body was smoking hot. Those tempting curves. Just one look was enough to make my heart race. Hey, he fainted. Ling Ling, I think you scared him. Another gentle voice echoed out. But the visual impact of what was right in front of me was just too much. Before I could even see who was talking, I blacked out. By the time I woke up again, the room was completely empty. I wanted to cry but had no tears left. So what if I was a month late for school? Why do I have to be punished like this? Just as I was about to burst into tears, the voices of those girls started getting closer down the hallway. Thinking back to what just happened, I decided to play dead without a second thought. After the girls walked into the room, the busty beauty, Tang Nana, spoke first. Is this guy really still playing dead? The short skirt beauty, by Tian Tian, walked over to me, gave me a light kick, and said, hey, get up. Don't think we can't tell. My heart skipped a beat, but I kept my eyes squeezed shut. Right then, the short-haired beauty, Ling Ling, squatted down. She leaned in close to my face and whispered, little boy, if you keep faking it, this won't be fun anymore. Her warm breath brushed against my face. I couldn't help but shiver. Maybe I should just hack him to death. The icy beauty, Su Jingjing, said with a cold glare. I peeked one eye open and frantically sat up. All right, I'm awake. I don't care what kind of trick you're playing, but I'm not moving out. The school assigned me to this dorm. I quickly explained. I enrolled a month late, so maybe the school made a mistake. But the dorm auntie double-checked, and she said this is definitely my room. I already paid for housing. I seriously didn't do this on purpose. Hearing my explanation, the 5 school idols exchanged glances. Actually, they had just gone to verify this with the school, and my story checked out. However, the 5 of them still couldn't accept living with a guy, so they decided to show me who was boss. Next thing I knew, the 5 of them had me tied up like a Thanksgiving turkey. They even slapped a piece of duct tape over my mouth. Much better. The gorgeous Tang Nana looked at her masterpiece, nodding in satisfaction. Her massive assets bounced slightly with the movement. Finally, some peace and quiet. The short skirt beauty, by Tian Tian, stretched her arms, her slender waist looking full of energy. Are you sure this is okay? The cold beauty, Su Jingjing, kept her long, flawless legs pressed tightly together. Her face was still full of dissatisfaction. Fine. Jingjing, we can save him for slaughter during the new year. There's no rush. The short-haired beauty, Ling Ling, teased. Only the gentle beauty, Su Yaoyao, didn't give off an ounce of hostility from start to finish. She just kept staring at me with a soft smile. My eyes couldn't help but study her face. A massive pair of globes obscured half of Tang Nana's face, but through the gap, I could see a hint of shyness in her eyes. Who are you planning to sleep with tonight? As soon as she said that, my mind completely exploded. This had to be a test. I have to survive this trial. Otherwise, I really will be sleeping on the streets tonight. You must be thinking about something disgusting again, aren't you? Su Jingjing spoke up, giving me a look of utter disgust, like she was staring at the world's most irredeemable pervert. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. Tang Nana seemed to realize that she had phrased it poorly, and thanks to Su Jingjing's comment, her chest heaved heavily as she glared at me fiercely. Because there are only 5 beds in this room. So, you're gonna have to squeeze in with one of us tonight. Ling Ling chimed in to explain just in time. Looking at the 5 school idol-level beauties in front of me, some heavily rated, images began flashing through my mind. You really are a total creep. Seeing my expression shift, Bai Tian Tian instantly guessed what I was thinking. She raised her little fist and slammed it into me. My bad. My brain just short-circuited for a second. But isn't this a little too? You know? Fang Yuan, make sure you don't harbor any unhealthy thoughts. Su Yaoyao's smile looked a little dangerous right now. Of course not. I'm the healthiest guy you'll ever meet. I was even the class wellness rep. In high school, everyone called me Mr. Wholesome. As I babbled to change the subject, I walked over to an empty bed. Isn't there an empty bed right here? I'll just sleep here. This is fine. However, the moment my butt hit the mattress, the bed boards instantly caved in. I fell completely through, getting stuck in the bed frame in the most ridiculous posture imaginable. That's why I said there are only 5 beds. Ling Ling threw her hands up in exasperation. What a troublemaker. Ha ha ha. Bai Tian Tian was laughing so hard she couldn't breathe. The others all burst out laughing at my expense too. Even the icy Su Jingjing couldn't help but crack a smile. I know this is hilarious, but could you guys give me a hand? I think I'm stuck. Ha 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 ha. Oh my god, I can't. Let me just laugh for a minute. Bai Tiantian was laughing so hard she was crying. Can someone at least untie me? I said, feeling completely defeated. Even though they had just ripped the duct tape off my mouth, I was still tied up. There was no way I could stand up and pull myself out of this broken bed. Once the school idols finally had their fill of laughing, they managed to yank me out of the bed frame. Is this bondage play really necessary? Even though I was out of the bed, I was still hogtied. What bondage play? This is to guarantee our safety, Tang Nana said with a dead serious expression. Then can you at least tell Xu Jingjing to put the whip down? I whispered a quiet reminder. Jingjing, put it down, put it down. Tang Nana coaxed her. Let's just let him off the hook this time. Didn't we agree to save this for the new year? Xu Jingjing said coldly, giving me a disgusted glare. But she reluctantly put the whip down anyway. She actually looked a little disappointed. What do we do now? Are we really gonna let him sleep with us? Bai Tiantian asked, puffing her cheeks in a cute pout. The five beauties surrounded me and started discussing. Can't we just make him sleep on the floor? Let's throw him in the bathroom. Just kill him. Let him go sleep with the dorm auntie. The girls chattered away, throwing out ideas. Sitting in the middle of them, I grew more desperate by the second. I felt like my heart was about to beat out of my chest. Their discussion sounded like they were plotting to eat me alive. How about we draw lots to decide? He Ling brought up a somewhat reasonable suggestion. Everyone exchanged looks, seemingly agreeing that this was the fairest method. So, He Ling found 5 slips of paper. She wrote down each of their names and tossed them into a little box. You draw. Tang, Nana said, pointing at me. With trembling hands, I reached into the box. Please let it be Su Yaoyao. I'm begging you, God. Compared to those other violent warmongers, Su Yaoyao was basically an angel. I silently chanted Su Yaoyao's name in my head, secretly praying. In a chaotic situation like this, her harmlessness felt like my absolute last lifeline. When I pulled out a slip of paper and opened it, the 3 characters Bai Tiantian were written on it, clear as day. Are you kidding me? My heart instantly dropped. I looked up at Bai Tiantian. Why is it me? I demand a redraw. Bai Tiantian's eyes went wide as she shouted reluctantly. No redraws, Tang Nana said as she walked over and patted Bai Tiantian on the back, calming her down. Meanwhile, He Ling had already quietly put away the little box of names, shooting me a deeply meaningful look. If I find out you bullied Tiantian, Xu Jingjing's gaze grew even more disgusted. She shot me a freezing glare, treating me like I was some kind of dangerous creature. Su Yaoyao, however, just gave me a polite nod. She didn't say anything else. Well, it was already decided. I could only scratch my head awkwardly and give Tiantian a dry laugh. Tiantian, I'll be in your care tonight. Care my ass. Bai Tiantian huffed, hands on her hips, and stomped hard on my foot. She immediately climbed into her bed with a look of utter displeasure and wrapped herself tightly in her blanket. I looked down at my tied-up hands, sighed, and had no choice but to hop over to Su Yaoyao. Carefully, I said. Yaoyao, could you untie me? Oh, I couldn't possibly do that, Su Yaoyao said, shaking her head with a smile. It took us half an hour to get this done, you know. Please, I tried my best to put on a sincere face. Look, I still need to unpack my things, right? Worst comes to worst. I'll just tie myself back up later. All right, I'll loosen it up for now. Su Yaoyao finally relented, but couldn't help adding, remember to keep your promise. I breathed a sigh of relief and stood with my back to her, letting Su Yaoyao untie me. However, my gaze accidentally met Xu Jingjing's disgusted glare. I froze, then awkwardly turned my head away, pretending I hadn't seen her. Su Yaoyao's hands gently held my wrists, her movements careful and delicate. Feeling her soft, warm fingers brush against my skin, my heart skipped a beat. Oh my god. I can't believe on my very first day of college, I actually got to touch a girl's hand. Even though the situation was a little awkward, and under such bizarre circumstances, I have to admit, girls' hands are seriously so soft. Hey, why are your hands so hot? Su Yaoyao suddenly asked, a hint of concern in her voice. And no, nothing's wrong, I stammered in reply. I mean, I'm a guy, right? I just have a lot of yang energy. It's totally normal. After a moment, Su Yaoyao finally untied the ropes. I let out a long sigh of relief, instantly feeling lighter than air. Thanks for the trouble, Yaoyao. You're welcome, Su Yaoyao said softly. But after making eye contact with me for a brief second, she actually lowered her head, looking a little shy. I was slightly taken aback, inexplicably feeling a sense of familiarity, but I didn't overthink it. Time slowly ticked by. After a whole afternoon of work, I finally finished unpacking my things. I looked up, only to accidentally catch a glimpse of the drying rack, where several pieces of clothing were hanging. They were, without a doubt, all kinds of women's lingerie. That biggest piece of black lace has to belong to Tang Nana, right? She's the only one with that kind of size. But isn't that color a little too weird? I can't believe someone actually wears that style. I grumbled internally, but my eyes couldn't help lingering on them for a few extra seconds. Suddenly, I felt a chilling aura creeping up behind me. I stiffly turned my head, only to meet Xu Jingjing's icy, beautiful face. Before I could even defend myself, I was hit with an iron pincer-like attack right on my waist. Ag! My agonizing scream echoed across the balcony, lingering for a long time. After returning to the room, I could clearly sense that Xu Jingjing's hostility towards me had grown even deeper. Sitting by my bed, I began to deeply reflect on my actions. If things kept going like this, she really was going to slaughter me one day. As the night grew darker, I sat on my bed, hesitated for a moment, and finally turned to Su Yao Yao. Yao Yao? Su Yao Yao, who was reading a book, looked up. What's wrong? Do you need me to tie you back up? No, I frantically denied. That's not it. So, you want to tie yourself up? Su Yao Yao asked, looking genuinely shocked. Of course not. I face-palmed, completely speechless. I just wanted to ask, why is everyone so hostile towards me? That's a very strange question. Su Yao Yao flashed a gentle smile. You are a guy after all. And now you're living with us girls. Of course, everyone is going to be a little on guard. But I haven't even done anything bad. I muttered quietly, faking a feint to land on Nana's chest, peeping at our underwear. Su Yao Yao listed them off with a smile. But you know, I don't hate you, Fang Yuan. I froze for a second. Really? Su Yao Yao nodded lightly. This was the school's arrangement. It can't be helped, right? I actually didn't want to see you really end up sleeping on the streets. Hearing those words, a wave of warmth surged through my heart. All the exhaustion from the day seemed to vanish into thin air. That would be too pitiful. Hearing this, I suddenly felt the urge to cry, sob. Yao Yao, can I sleep with you tonight? I asked tentatively. In your dreams. Su Yao Yao shook her head and said in an utterly merciless tone, you're going to behave yourself and sleep with Tian Tian. But Bai Tian Tian doesn't have the slightest intention of letting me on the bed. Look at her. She's still over there wrapped up in her blanket, like a burrito. She's completely locked down the territory. She genuinely despises me. She doesn't want to share a bed with me. Humph, I don't want to sleep with you either. Bai Tian Tian pouted, voicing her displeasure. I suddenly felt that the tiny sliver of warmth I just felt was completely gone. My heart had been ruthlessly stabbed once again. Oh well, you drew the lot yourself. You brought this on yourself, Su Yao Yao said helplessly. You should go take a shower first. Our Tian Tian is a neat freak. With you smelling like a dirty sock, how could she possibly let you on the bed? I thought she made a very good point. So, I decided to go take another shower. Holding my clothes, I walked to the bathroom door. Just as I opened it, I unexpectedly met Tang Nana's eyes. Another suffocating coincidence. I awkwardly squeezed out a few words. Taking a shower? But Tang Nana's expression instantly darkened. I quickly pulled the door shut and ran to the other bathroom with my clothes. Inside the bathroom, I took off my clothes and was just about to turn on the shower head when I felt a chill run down my spine. The sound of running water from the bathroom next door was soft and delicate, inexplicably making me feel hot and bothered. When I turned on the shower head, the boiling hot water instantly scalded me, making me yelp in pain. What are you yelling about? Tang Nana shouted in annoyance through the wall. Nothing. I just felt like singing. I hurriedly made up an excuse. Stop singing. You sound awful. Just hearing your voice annoys me. Tang Nana's words felt like a slap, landing right on my face. Left with no other choice, I had to endure the boiling hot shower. The valve in this bathroom didn't seem to be able to adjust the temperature. I could only suffer in silence. Yet, my mind involuntarily conjured up images of what was going on in the bathroom next door. My entire body felt increasingly feverish. When I finished my shower and stepped out of the bathroom, I bumped right into Tang Nana. The moment I saw her, I couldn't tear my eyes away. I frantically swallowed my saliva, turned around, and stuffed my clothes into the washing machine. Hey, you can't use that. A voice rang out beside me. I turned around and saw He Lingling. She was poking my chest with her finger, frowning as she spoke. Why not? I asked, confused, trying my hardest to keep my eyes from wandering downward. The two girls standing in front of me had bodies that were just too smoking hot. It would be way too easy to lose control. I don't want my washed clothes smelling like a guy, He Lingling said sternly. Exactly. If you use it, how are we supposed to do our laundry? Tang Nana chimed in, disgust lacing her tone. Honestly, I had wanted to argue back a bit, but looking at them, I realized I absolutely couldn't withstand the pressure. So, I silently turned around and began hand-washing my clothes in the sink. Seeing me obediently follow orders, they finally showed somewhat satisfied expressions and turned back into the room. As expected, an arrangement where guys and girls live together is pure torture. I let out a long sigh, feeling like my dignity had been compressed like never before. Suddenly, a delicate little hand held up a laundry brush and handed it to me. Here's a brush, she said softly. I looked up and was surprised to see Bai Tian Tian. Her pretty face still looked a little pouty, but she didn't seem as angry as before. Thanks, I took the brush, a sliver of warmth suddenly flooding my heart. The feisty school idol was currently wrapped in her blanket, with only her head and face poking out. Her large, watery eyes made my imagination run a bit wild. Seeing as you've been pretty well behaved, I'll grant you permission to sleep with me tonight, Bai Tian Tian announced coldly, but then she quickly added, but don't you dare get any other ideas. Not even a tiny bit. Do you hear me? I hurriedly nodded. Yeah, I'll be super good. Ugh. Gross. Bai Tian Tian frowned. Also, let me make this clear. If you try anything funny, I really will kick you off the bed. I promise I'll be good. I answered, trembling with fear and awe. So annoying, Bai Tian Tian shouted out of nowhere. Then, wrapping her blanket around her, she climbed onto the bed, returning to her burrito state. I'm turning off the lights then. Tang Nana gently reminded everyone and flicked the switch. The room plunged into silence. Only faint light trickled in from the window. I stood in front of Bai Tiantian's bed, hesitating slightly, but overwhelmingly filled with immense excitement. Is it finally happening? Sharing a bed with a school idol. This is literally a dream come true. I took a deep, forceful breath and climbed up the ladder, step by step. Just as I was about to reach the top, Bai Tiantian's snow-white foot, clad in a white sock, ruthlessly kicked me right in the face. Just like that, I hit the floor with a heavy thud. What are you doing? Ouch! I screamed miserably. I had just taken a vicious kick right to the face and landed hard on my butt. Tiantian, is this how you treat a guy just trying to get into bed? Even though it was pitch black all around and I couldn't clearly see Bai Tiantian's face, the sheer anger radiating from her made it perfectly clear that she was absolutely shell-shocked right now. Do I need to do some kind of prep work first? I asked cautiously as I scrambled back up. I just took a shower. I'm completely clean. That's not what I'm talking about. Bai Tiantian's voice trembled with suppressed, overwhelming rage. Don't tell me I need to do warm-up exercises or something, I asked, looking completely clueless. Warm up my ass. Bai Tiantian was so utterly speechless at my stupidity that her anger instantly flared up again. She was just about to raise her leg and give me another kick, but seeing my pitiful, pathetic look, she held back. Her chest heaved violently from the anger. Where is your blanket? Bai Tiantian tried her best to calm down, finally asking the question. Ah, my blanket. I looked confused. Take it out of your suitcase. Were you actually planning to share a blanket with me? Bai Tiantian's furious voice went up a few octaves. It suddenly dawned on me I completely forgot about that. I hurriedly dug into my suitcase, grabbed my blanket, and hauled it out. At this very moment, wrapped tightly in her bed, Bai Tiantian was blushing so hard, she felt like she was going to die of embarrassment. If this guy had dared to say he didn't bring a blanket, she really would have kicked him again without a second thought. Truth be told, this was Bai Tiantian's first time sharing a bed with a guy. She was nervous out of her mind, and the reason she was resisting so fiercely actually came down to one very important detail. She had a habit of sleeping naked. Earlier, she had spent half the day wrapped up in her blanket, just trying to test herself, to see if she could fall asleep while wearing clothes. Turns out, she couldn't sleep at all. What do I do? What do I do? He's coming up. He's getting on the bed. What if he just rips my blanket off? Should I give him a preemptive kick just in case? Bai Tiantian's delicate body trembled slightly under the covers. She had absolutely no idea what to do. She nervously clamped her hands between her legs, terrified that any sudden movement would draw his attention. As for me, I was carefully hauling my blanket, inching my way onto the bed, while keeping my guard up in case Bai Tiantian's foot launched another sneak attack. Tiantian, are you cold? In the dark, I could see Bai Tiantian's blanket shivering nonstop, so I couldn't help but ask. So annoying. Can you just shut up? Bai Tiantian flinched violently under the covers, then immediately buried her head into the blanket. Her small face was as red as a boiled shrimp. What is her problem? I muttered in my head, deciding it was best to keep my mouth shut, lest I catch a few more kicks later. I carefully lay down, casting a wary glance at Bai Tiantian. After confirming she probably wasn't going to kick me again, I copied her, wrapping myself up tightly like a burrito. My eyes secretly drifted back to Bai Tiantian beside me. Her back was facing me, her whole body wrapped up like a sausage, with only her little head poking out. Just like that, the two of us lay there in silence. The air was tinged with a hint of awkwardness and subtle tension. I tried hard to remind myself not to let my imagination run wild, but my heartbeat was completely out of control, racing faster and faster. Meanwhile, Bai Tiantian was practically losing her mind under the covers. On one hand, she was terrified I'd find out she wasn't wearing any clothes. On the other hand, she was worried that even the slightest movement would arouse more suspicion. After a while, Bai Tiantian finally couldn't hold back anymore, and gently turned her head around. She secretly checked to see if I had fallen asleep. As she leaned in just a little closer, her eyes met my wide, bright gaze. Eek! Bai Tiantian shrank back in terror, burying her head firmly back under the covers. She pressed her hands tightly against her chest, her small face completely flushed red. Even the tips of her ears were burning hot. I couldn't help but feel awkward too. I was just about to fall asleep, but her trembling pupils snapped me right back to reality. Great. Just great. How am I supposed to sleep now? As for Bai Tiantian, she was burning up as if she had a fever. Her skin, pressed tightly together, was covered in sweat, making her feel all sticky and gross. It was incredibly uncomfortable. Why isn't this guy asleep yet? Bai Tiantian cursed internally. In this kind of situation, how could I possibly dare to fall asleep first? So annoying. Having maintained the same posture for so long, she already felt half her body going numb. Tiantian, I'll sleep as close to the edge as possible. I won't touch you. Hearing me say that inexplicably made her feel a little more at ease, so she let out a soft hem in response. Hearing Bai Tiantian's reply, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. I rolled over onto my side, facing the other way. But the moment I turned, I nearly jumped out of my skin. Xu Jingjing was standing right by the bed, holding a freaking hammer in her hand. I quickly slapped a hand over my mouth to stop myself from making a sound. Xu Jingjing's face was completely expressionless. She stood on her tiptoes and peered at the bed. I squeezed my eyes shut, trying my best not to give myself away. Seeing that I wasn't moving at all, Xu Jingjing finally lowered the hammer and swayed back to her own bed. Damn it! What is wrong with these people? Scared the living crap out of me. Cold sweat was pouring down my forehead. As a wave of drowsiness washed over me, I finally fell into a deep sleep. Exhausted, Bai Tiantian also gradually drifted off. I don't know how much time passed, but she had a dream. In the dream, I actually ripped off her blanket. She tried to struggle but couldn't move a muscle. Bai Tiantian jolted awake, and realizing it was just a dream, she finally let out a sigh of relief. She turned her head to look at me, and saw that I was still sleeping soundly. Remembering my creepy, perverted face in her dream, and that sleazy expression, she angrily punched me. Instantly, I clutched my stomach with a pained expression, but I didn't wake up. Bai Tiantian wrapped her blanket tighter around herself, and finally went back to sleep, satisfied. In the morning, I groggily opened my eyes. I felt like my hand was resting on something incredibly soft. It felt pretty nice, actually. The next second, I was wide awake. My hand was actually resting on Bai Tiantian's waist. The events of last night flooded into my brain like a tidal wave. I hurriedly yanked my hand back, but when I looked down, I saw an even more provocative scene. Bai Tiantian's blanket had slipped down, exposing a large expanse of snow-white skin, her slender neck, her alluring collarbones, the faint glimpse of her flat stomach deep within the covers, and those soft, bouncy curves. Are those bunnies? My brain instantly short-circuited. What was even worse was that right at this moment, Bai Tiantian's eyelashes fluttered slightly, and she slowly opened her eyes. I'm dead. I'm so dead. It's over. I'm a dead man. The moment our eyes met, my entire life flashed before my eyes. What do I do? I should probably just pretend I didn't see anything, right? But what the hell am I supposed to say? The atmosphere was beyond awkward. The next second, she noticed her own exposed body, and her face instantly drained of color. Good morning, I said, biting the bullet, trying to ease the awkwardness. But Bai Tiantian didn't react at all. Her eyes were completely glazed over, having lost all the light in them. The two of us just lay there on the bed, face to face, without saying a word. I could clearly feel Bai Tiantian's warm breath hitting my face, while I didn't even dare to breathe. Maybe you should put some clothes on first? I really couldn't take it anymore. I reached out and pulled her blanket up, covering her exposed upper half. When my fingers accidentally brushed against her soft breasts, a shiver ran down my spine. So soft. But when the blanket reached just below that area, it got stuck. I didn't care anymore. I gave it a hard yank, and finally completed this monumental task. I quickly grabbed my own blanket, and practically fled out of the bed. Only her beet-red face was left to prove what had just happened. Fang Yuan covered me with the blanket. Why was he sleeping in my bed? Oh right, he drew my name yesterday. Why did he run away? Did he see my... Wait, he saw it. At this moment, she felt 2 streams of hot tears rolling down her cheeks. It's over. I'm going to die. My secret is out. And it was discovered by a guy. She peeked under the blanket, at her completely naked body, and recalled Fang Yuan's actions just now. Right now, she just wanted the ground to swallow her whole. Her eyes nervously darted toward the door. I'm warning you, don't try anything funny. If you dare do anything to me, he's coming. Seeing through the crack in the door that Bai Tiantian was already up, I didn't care about anything else, and just ducked straight into He Lingling's bathroom. Bai Tiantian and Xu Jingjing walked out to the balcony together. Bai Tiantian was already dressed, but the deep blush on her face hadn't faded in the slightest. Xu Jingjing's hair was a messy bird's nest, and there was still a trail of drool at the corner of her mouth. Tiantian, why is your face so red? Bai Tiantian didn't hear her. Her mind was still stuck on what happened when she woke up. Tiantian? What's wrong? Are you sick? Xu Jingjing leaned in and pressed her face against hers. Are you sure you're okay? Jingjing, that tickles. Stop messing around. Bai Tiantian gently pushed Xu Jingjing away. Did he try to feel you up last night? Xu Jingjing looked dead serious. Her usually icy face actually looked a bit cute right now. No. He didn't see anything. Bai Tiantian answered in a panic. See what? Xu Jingjing pressed. Nothing. Bai Tiantian averted her gaze. Tiantian, let me tell you, he's total scum. Last night, I went out to the balcony to look for my hammer, and I saw that bastard Fang Yuan staring right at our underwear. Xu Jingjing got angrier the more she spoke. Inside the bathroom, I had 1 foot braced against the door, my entire body pressed tightly against He Lingling. He actually did that? He Lingling muttered softly while pinned under me, her expression growing increasingly disgusted. That was an accident. A total accident, I defended myself. How much longer do you plan on staying like this? She asked. By the way, why are you hiding? It's hard to explain right now. I'll explain it to you later. Then why do I have to hide with you? Please, don't. If you go out now, I'll be exposed. And another thing, he stared at yours and Nana's for a really long time. Xu Jingjing's angry words from outside made things even more awkward for the two of us in the bathroom. Only then did I notice the softness pressed tightly against my chest. Seeing He Lingling's furious expression, I hastily turned my head away. So he likes them that big? A strange feeling welled up in Bai Tiantian's heart. She felt a little disappointed. Tiantian, why aren't you saying anything? Xu Jingjing asked. It's nothing. Oh, right. Let's hurry up and wash up. Don't you have class later? Meanwhile, the two of us inside had no choice but to maintain this position. This was He Lingling's first time being this close to a man. Plus, Fang Yuan was tall and pressed right up against her, making it a bit hard for her to breathe. She pressed her hands against Fang Yuan's chest, trying hard to calm herself down. I wasn't having a good time either. After seeing such a stimulating scene this morning, And now, being squeezed together with the incredibly stacked He Lingling, I just felt uncomfortably tense. After what felt like an eternity, Bai Tiantian and Xu Jingjing finally left the balcony. The two of us finally breathed a sigh of relief. Phew, they're finally gone. Then hurry up and let go of me. Were you planning on holding me like this forever? He Lingling glared at me. I quickly let go of her. He Lingling rolled her eyes at me and walked out of the bathroom with me. You scared me to death, she muttered. You scared me times to death. I thought you were going to force yourself on me, you pervert. I wouldn't go that far. I hurriedly defended myself. Then what exactly did you do to Bai Tiantian? He Lingling suddenly gave me a half smile, looking at me with amusement. It's nothing. Just a tiny little misunderstanding. Nothing worth mentioning. Don't tell me. She hesitated. How is that possible? We've only known each other for a day, and something like that is absolutely impossible, okay? I didn't even say anything. Besides, I don't care about Bai Tiantian's business. Right now, I actually think you're a lot more fun. I suddenly felt like this woman's smile was a bit weird. Just then, the sound of water suddenly stopped in the other bathroom. Su Yaoyao opened the door and slowly walked out. The two of us froze instantly. Su Yaoyao looked exactly the same as usual, with a gentle smile on her face. She walked straight past us without a word. Watching Su Yaoyao's back, He Lingling and I exchanged a glance. Did Su Yaoyao hear everything? Both the conversation outside and the commotion inside. Did she hear all of it? I'm gonna go take out the trash, He Lingling said in a panic. Go. I'll just brush my teeth here. I made an excuse, wishing I could find a hole to crawl into. Fresh out of the shower, Su Yaoyao radiated a fresh, clean scent. She unhurriedly packed her books for class while taking a small box out of the cabinet next to her, humming a tune all the while. Just then, Tang Nana stretched lazily and sat up in bed. Crap, is it already this late? Tang Nana hurriedly scrambled out of bed and rushed toward the bathroom in a panic. She saw Bai Tiantian with her head down, blushing furiously, lost in who knows what thoughts. Walking further in, she saw He Lingling running out looking all shy and flustered. It left her completely baffled. I love brushing my teeth. I love brushing my teeth. I brushed my teeth frantically in front of the mirror, as if I could scrub away all the memories of this morning. What is wrong with everyone today, especially Fang Yuan? Just looking at him pisses me off. Even though a whole night had passed, she still found it hard to accept that a guy was living in the same dorm as her. And according to yesterday's draw, tonight it was her turn to sleep with him. Still brushing my teeth earnestly, I saw Tang Nana roll her eyes at me in the mirror, which left me completely baffled. What now? What did I do wrong this time? Why is everyone giving me that look? Even though a whole night had passed, Tang Nana still found it hard to accept that a guy was living in the same dorm as her. And according to yesterday's draw, tonight it was her turn to sleep with him. Still brushing my teeth earnestly, I saw Tang Nana roll her eyes at me in the mirror, which left me completely baffled. What now? What did I do wrong this time? Why is everyone giving me that look? I asked cautiously. Nana, look, I missed the first month of school, right? Since I'm new here, even though I've sorted out all the random paperwork. Spit it out. What do you want? Tang Nana cut me off. Well, the thing is, I have no idea where any of the classrooms are. Do you think you could show me around sometime? I refuse. I'm not even in the same major as you. Asking me is useless. Speaking of which, why don't you go ask Bai Tiantian? I think she's a finance major too. You know she has the biggest problem with me, right? Sleeping next to her last night made me uncomfortable all over. It's too awkward to talk to her right now. Why? Tang Nana suddenly noticed my expression looked a bit off. Nothing. Oh, you're the sweetest. Cut the crap. I'm not falling for that. But if it's just showing you around campus, I guess that's fine. Oh no, Nana, something happened. He Lingling suddenly burst into the room in a panic. Lingling, what's wrong? What do you mean something happened? What's going on? Seeing He Lingling in such a state, Tang Nana asked in confusion. It's Jiboxiao. Jiboxiao is going to jump off a building. I followed the two of them out of the dorm, sprinting toward the roof of the academic building. And this Jiboxiao? He was my best bro back in high school. By the time we got there, a massive crowd had already packed the rooftop tight. Sure enough, a skinny guy was standing on the wrong side of the railing. You finally came. The guy turned around and gave a calm, resigned smile. You shouldn't have come. The guy's eyes were filled with sorrow and despair. No, I had to come. My eyes were resolute. I took a step forward with the solemnity of swearing an oath, stepping out from the crowd. Tang Nana and He Lingling exchanged a look, wondering what the hell was wrong with the two of us. Jiboxiao, stop this. This isn't the way out. I continued spouting edgy, dramatic anime lines, trying to remind him of our bonds of friendship and all that. Jiboxiao didn't say a word. He just climbed back over the railing and walked toward us, step by step. His figure looked so utterly defeated. I thought my words had actually worked, so I excitedly opened my arms wide and ran toward Jiboxiao. But to my surprise, Jiboxiao walked right past me, heading straight for Tang Nana. The next second, this idiot actually dropped to his knees with a thud. Nana, you came after all. I knew you wouldn't just ignore me. Do you know, when I was standing up there just now, my heart was completely filled with you. Give me a chance, please. Jiboxiao grabbed one of Tang Nana's hands and confessed his love passionately. My arms were left hanging awkwardly in the air, and my face instantly looked like I had just eaten crap. Wow, incredible. Tang Nana rolled her eyes. Jiboxiao, I've told you so many times. I really don't like you. Can you stop doing this? Tang Nana's expression wasn't looking too great either. She had already explicitly rejected Ji Boxiao many times. She never expected him to pull a stunt like this today, just to force her to show up. Ji Boxiao, you've gone too far. Can you just leave me alone? I really don't want to see you ever again. Tang Nana dropped those words and ran off. He Lingling hurriedly chased after her, but not before making sure to shoot the kneeling Ji Boxiao. A look of utter disgust. Damn, the campus belle looks like she's crying. He actually made the campus belle cry. What the hell? Who could tolerate this? Beat him to death. In an instant, several burly guys jumped out of the crowd. They surrounded Ji Boxiao and started kicking the crap out of him. Hey you, are you with Ji Boxiao? You look pretty fired up just now. Actually, I'm a poet. I was just reciting poetry while embracing the sun, that's all. Seeing the group turn their glares toward me, I immediately tried to distance myself. Brother, save me. I'm dying here. Ji Boxiao was sprawled on the ground, beaten black and blue. His head was beaten so badly it looked like a swollen dog's head, yet he still reached out a hand to beg me for help. Damn it. So you times can times see me. Don't call out to me right now. Cursing him in my head, I turned and ran for my life. Why did everyone leave? Bang. The infirmary door was kicked open. Are you trying to get yourself killed? Bai Tiantian jumped in fright. When she saw it was me who came in, she angrily complained. I really almost died. I plopped down on the floor, panting heavily. What the hell is wrong with everyone today? Bai Tiantian muttered with a mouthful of complaints, but seeing my pale face, she couldn't help but remember what happened this morning. Her face instantly flushed bright red. She hurriedly turned her head away. I was feeling pretty awkward myself. I hadn't expected that Bai Tiantian would be the only one in the dorm. If it were any later, I wouldn't have dared to come back. Great, just great. Watching Bai Tiantian leaning over the desk, I recalled the alluring curves hidden beneath her clothes. It was enough to make any man's blood boil. Wait, when she slept next to me yesterday, was she naked the whole time? I tried my best to push those images out of my head, but my heart raced uncontrollably. Bai Tiantian seemed to notice my strange reaction, and sneaked a glance back at me. Our eyes met. The air seemed to freeze. Where is everyone else? I asked with an awkward smile. Jing Jing and Yao Yao went to class. I don't know about Nana and Lingling. Bai Tiantian buried her head in her arms. Her voice as quiet as a mosquito. She didn't dare look up at me again. I see. Then I can finally play a couple rounds of games. I feigned calmness, pulling out my phone, and quickly leaving the area. Seeing my reaction, Bai Tiantian inexplicably felt a little wronged. This jerk clearly peeked at my secret, yet he's acting so smug about it. Or is it just like Jing Jing said? He only likes well-endowed girls like Nana and Lingling? Sure enough, even if someone sees my average figure, no man would even care, right? Bai Tiantian looked down in frustration, glancing at her own chest. For the first time, she felt a bit insecure compared to Tang Nana and the others in this regard. I really wanted to focus on my game, but I just couldn't calm down no matter what. One moment of distraction, and I got brutally wiped out by the enemy. Seeing the string of mocking emotes from the opponent on the screen, I didn't get angry like I usually would. I still couldn't help but sneak a glance at Bai Tiantian. Looks like she's still mad. Makes sense. After all, getting caught sleeping naked by a guy is already embarrassing enough, and I even took advantage of her, even though it really wasn't on purpose. Still, it's best if I apologize to her. Seeing me approach her, Bai Tiantian couldn't help but tense up. She quickly turned her head away and pretended to play on her phone. Tiantian, can we talk? I asked cautiously. I'm really sorry about what happened this morning. You really did see it, didn't you? Bai Tiantian replied in a faint voice. Yeah, I did. So embarrassing. This animal, I shouldn't have taken pity on you yesterday. I promise I won't tell anyone about you sleeping naked. Idiot. Don't just say it out loud so casually. Bai Tiantian's face turned red all the way to the tips of her ears. She grabbed the pencil case on the desk and hurled it at me. It was honestly an accident. My eyes were actually closed at the time. Shut up, you beast. Bai Tiantian yelled, throwing a book at me this time. I didn't dodge, hoping this would help her vent her anger a bit. Right now, Bai Tiantian was feeling mostly shame. Plus, he did take the initiative to pull the blanket over her. But there was one thing that made her furious. It was that this bastard clearly saw her completely naked, yet didn't say a single word about her figure. Is my body really that average? Still, Bai Tiantian glared at me angrily. It's almost noon. How about I treat you to lunch? As an apology, who wants your treat? Or are you saying that sleeping with me is only worth one meal to you? That's not what I meant. Bai Tiantian and I sat face to face in the cafeteria. Both of us kept our heads down, not daring to meet each other's eyes. The people around us kept throwing glances our way, whispering among themselves. I felt like I was sitting on pins and needles. After all, I was eating with the campus belle right now. Tiantian, the food's getting cold. You should eat. I broke the silence. Bai Tiantian gave a soft HMPA, picked up her chopsticks, but only picked at her rice. I quietly looked up at Bai Tiantian. Seeing her taking small bites of rice, her puffed up cheeks looked incredibly cute. Everything should be fine now. Looks like she's already forgiven me. Fang Yuan, what do you think of my figure? At this moment, Bai Tiantian, who asked the question, was blushing furiously. Even she felt she was being a bit shameless, but she couldn't help it. She cared way too much about it. What did you say? I was completely caught off guard by the question. What does this mean? Is she trying to silence me for good? I'm done eating. I lost my appetite. Seeing my reaction, Bai Tiantian instantly felt overwhelmed with shame and anger. She stood up to leave. I quickly stood up and grabbed the hem of her shirt. Wait, Tiantian. I'll tell you the truth, okay? Bai Tiantian stopped in her tracks, turned her head, and looked at me with a mix of expectation and slight anger. Do you really want me to say it? Just say it. You're so annoying. I took a deep breath and stammered. Your figure is great. Really, really great. Bai Tiantian gave a soft himph. You sound so forced. It's obvious you're just humoring me. I scratched my head anxiously. No. I swear I'm not humoring you. Your proportions are perfect. Curves in all the right places. Perky where it counts. And your skin is so fair and smooth. Bai Tiantian's face instantly turned beet red. Stop talking, jerk. Yet, she felt inexplicably smug inside. This guy might be clumsy with his words, but at least he has good taste. All right, just eat your food. You're not mad anymore. My eyes lit up. But you are never allowed to mention what happened this morning again. And if you dare tell anyone, I'll kick you to death. Yeah, of course. Also, you can't tell Xu Jingjing, Tang Nana, or the others either. Got it? My lips are sealed. I swear. A little while later, we finished eating and walked out of the cafeteria. Bai Tiantian and I walked side by side. Tiantian, why don't you head back to the dorm first? What's wrong? If we go back together, it wouldn't look good if someone saw us. You go on ahead. I'm gonna walk around a bit and get familiar with the campus. Bai Tiantian thought about it for a moment and agreed. After all, others didn't know about their dorm situation. If they were seen, it would definitely cause unnecessary trouble. Then I'll head back first. Don't forget the college assembly this afternoon. All right, I know. Finally sending off this VIP, I let out a long sigh of relief. Just then, my phone chimed. I looked down and saw it was a message from that guy, Ji Boxiao. Fang Yuan, bro, save me. A bunch of guys cornered me in the bathroom. Hurry up and save me. 10 minutes later, I still ended up at a bathroom in the academic building. Several guys were blocking the bathroom door, relentlessly punching and kicking it. Open the damn door if you've got the guts. You little punk. The blonde guy leading them cursed. Tear the door down if you've got the guts. I felt a bit speechless for a moment. Suddenly, my eyes lit up. Two silhouettes entered my line of sight. Stealing my resolve, I walked straight up to Xu Jingjing and Su Yaoyao, who had just finished class. I grabbed their wrists and raised them high. Hey, you handsome guys over there. Can we get your WeChat? I shouted, pinching my voice to sound high-pitched. Sure enough, the destructive power of that sentence was immense. The blonde guy and his crew were instantly drawn in. When they turned around and realized it was actually Xu Jingjing and Su Yaoyao, two top-tier beauties, the campus belles, they immediately gave up on Ji Boxiao, who was hiding in the bathroom. Striking what they thought were their most handsome poses, they started walking over. Before Xu Jingjing and Su Yaoyao could even react, I let go of them and dashed to the bathroom door. Open up, it's me. Hearing no commotion outside, Ji Boxiao poked his head out. I didn't waste any time. I grabbed him by the collar and started running. Xu Jingjing and Su Yaoyao stood stunned for a long time before finally snapping out of it. The blonde guy even struck a basketball shooting pose and said to his lackey, I didn't expect to be targeted by you girls, despite keeping such a low profile. Which of you two beauties wants to add me first? The moment the words left his mouth, the blonde guy collapsed straight onto his lackey. Shortly after, before I had run very far, I heard Xu Jingjing's furious, teeth-gritting roar echoing from the academic building. Fang Yuan, you absolute scum. I'm going to kill you. A chill instantly ran down my spine. I frantically wiped the cold sweat from my forehead and continued dragging Ji Boxiao in a mad dash. Then, remembering that the college assembly was about to start, I parted ways with Ji Boxiao and found the college auditorium first. I found a relatively secluded corner and sat down. The moment my butt hit the seat, just as I sat down, I saw a hammer resting on the desk next to me. Oh crap. I broke out in a cold sweat. Just as I was about to get up, a hand clamped down hard on my shoulder. Turning my head, I saw Xu Jingjing's icy, murderous little face. Looking at the other side of my seat, Su Yaoyao's usually gentle and sweet smile now looked absolutely terrifying. I can explain. Oh, really? You better explain it clearly then. Fang, if I said I did it to save someone, would you believe me? I answered cautiously. Xu Jingjing narrowed her eyes and glared at me, sneering. Oh, so you were saving someone. Yao Yao, don't listen to his nonsense. This scum definitely had bad intentions. I'm telling the truth. Let's talk this out calmly. Just as Xu Jingjing was about to teach me a lesson, the lights dimmed. The assembly had begun. I'll deal with you later. Xu Jingjing dropped that line and left her seat. Where is she going? I breathed a sigh of relief, unable to hold back my curiosity. Oh right, you don't know. Jingjing and Tiantian both joined the student council. For this month's college summary, they have to give a speech on stage. No wonder I didn't see Bai Tiantian earlier. Speaking of which, Tang Nana and He Lingling aren't in the same college as us. Yao Yao, why didn't you join the student council? Me? Yeah, I think you're pretty understanding and considerate. I can't. I'm really not good at that kind of thing, Su Yaoyao said, taking something off her ear. Look. My eyes widened. It was a pair of hearing aids. So Su Yaoyao is actually deaf? Suddenly, this scene felt a bit familiar, but I couldn't remember where I'd seen it before. Fang, what's wrong? Su Yaoyao put her hearing aids back on. Nothing. Just a little surprised. It's fine. I'm used to it. It must still be really tough. though. It is. If you're interested in the student council, Fang, you can just go apply directly. They're recruiting all semester. No, I was just asking. The student council is way too much trouble. It really doesn't suit someone like me. Plus, if I actually join the student council, not only would I have to face the awkwardness of working with Bai Tiantian, I'd also risk getting murdered by Xu Jingjing. Even a dog wouldn't join the student council. But at that moment, something unexpected happened. The following is the Jiangcheng University School of Finance disciplinary notice for this month. Penalized student, Fang Yuan. What the hell? How did I get a disciplinary notice out of nowhere? Verified by the student council. Today at around 10:10 a.m., the penalized student, Fang Yuan, colluded with male students from other colleges to harass female students and disrupted public order on campus, causing a severe negative impact. After review, the college has decided to issue a severe warning and penalize him with cleaning duties for the student council activity room for 1 week. After reading it on stage, Bai Tiantian looked utterly shocked. Xu Jingjing, standing next to her, couldn't believe her ears either. Colluded with guys from other colleges to harass female students? This pervert. So that's what he ran off to do this morning. Doing that to me this morning wasn't enough. Now he's extending his claws to other girls? This beast. Bai Tiantian instantly gritted her teeth in anger. I felt like crying but had no tears left. I really didn't do anything. I just wanted to save someone. Who the hell pinned such a massive crime on me? This is all a misunderstanding. I hurriedly explained to Su Yaoyao beside me. Hemph, I believe you. I was so moved I almost cried. Su Yaoyao is the only one who truly understands me. I believe you did it. What do you have to say for yourself now? Xu Jingjing crossed her arms and sneered. Fang Yuan, you are absolutely shameless. Bai Tiantian stomped her feet in anger. Su Yaoyao also dropped her usual smile, putting on a serious expression. Cornered in the dorm room by the three of them, I plopped down onto the floor. Jiboxao, you really screwed me over this time. Now I can't wash myself clean even if I jump into the Yellow River. Just as I was at a loss for what to do, the door was suddenly pushed open. I heard Fang Yuan got a disciplinary notice. What happened? Seeing that it was Tang Nana who walked in, I felt like I had grabbed a lifeline. It's about what happened this morning. I don't know why I got dragged into it, and even got a penalty. Fang was called out at our college assembly today. In a notice from the student council, they said he colluded with guys from other colleges to harass female students or something. Su Yaoyao briefly explained the situation. Did you two do this? Tang Nana frowned slightly, looking at Bai Tiantian and Xu Jingjing. No. The two of them waved their hands repeatedly. Nana, the girl who got harassed wasn't you, was it? It wasn't me. But this really has nothing to do with Fang Yuan. Hearing this, I immediately bounced up from the floor, my back straightening with confidence. What did I tell you? I didn't harass any female students at all. Then, I jumped right in front of Bai Tiantian and the other two. Bai Tiantian pouted and stomped her foot, but she felt a little happy inside. Xu Jingjing also realized she had truly wronged me. She lowered her head and stayed silent. As long as you know you were wrong. Sigh. I'm not a petty person anyway. All reluctantly. Xu Jingjing couldn't listen to this anymore. She kicked me straight on. What are you doing? Ouch. I don't know why, but just looking at you annoys me. I just wanted to kick you. It took a lot of effort, but I finally explained what happened this morning to the three of them. So you really were trying to save someone. Su Yaoyao looked apologetic, but something doesn't seem right. Bai Tiantian seemed to have noticed an issue. What doesn't seem right? Xu Jingjing and I both gave her a confused look. Generally speaking, personal relationship disputes between students like this aren't handled by the student council. Plus, Fang Yuan wasn't even the mastermind behind this. True, at most he was just a bystander joining the commotion. Tang Nana agreed. I think I get it. But why? Fang Yuan, did you offend someone in the student council? No. I've only been here for a day. How could I have offended anyone? The only people I know in the student council are you two. You think I did it? Bai Tiantian glared at me in dissatisfaction. No, but I really don't know anyone in the student council. Watching the two of them go back and forth, Xu Jingjing felt like her head was spinning. She wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed to begin with, so she asked, since everything is cleared up now, can Fang Yuan's penalty be revoked? Su Yaoyao shook her head. I'm afraid not. Even though Fa Yuan wasn't the mastermind, he is definitely connected to that Jiboxao guy. It's hard to explain away. Then there's nothing I can do. Tang Nana patted my shoulder and laughed. Serves you right. Who told you to go join the commotion? Just be a good boy and go sweep the floors tomorrow. I'll take you to the activity room tomorrow. I'm a cleaning expert, you know. I can teach you. Xu Jingjing actually said this with a hint of excitement. I can help too. I wept silently in my heart. Changing the subject, I asked, by the way, where did Ling Ling go? Why didn't she come back with you? Nana? She went to the taekwondo club, Tang Nana replied. Speaking of which, I still need to bring her food later. Taekwondo club? Just imagining. Ling Ling's figure in a taekwondo uniform was a bit too much to handle. Su Yaoyao smiled and said, Ling Ling is a second-degree black belt. You know, she just joined the club last week, and she's already been promoted to vice president. Yaoyao, what club did you join? I asked curiously. I didn't join any clubs. Su Yaoyao smiled. Didn't I tell you? My health isn't very good, so I'd rather not cause trouble for others. I looked at the other three campus belles. What about you guys? Bai Tiantian shook her head. I'm not interested in that stuff. Practicing dance every day is tiring enough. Besides, I'd rather spend that time on my major. Nana and I are in the student council, so we already have a lot on our plates. We didn't join any clubs either, but if you're interested, I can take you to check them out. After all, assisting with club recruitment is one of the student council's jobs. When Bai Tiantian said this, her face felt hot, and she didn't dare look me in the eye. Thanks, but I don't want to join either. I quickly waved my hands. I was just asking, if you're not joining, why are you asking? You're so annoying. Hearing that, Bai Tiantian got furious. She balled up her little fists and punched me hard in the chest. Hey. How can you flip your mood so fast, woman? Don't just start hitting people over a disagreement. I shouted helplessly. You two have such a great relationship. Lu Yaoyao smiled as she looked at us. Since when? We both turned our heads at the same time and shouted in unison. The sky gradually darkened. I leaned against the balcony, recalling today's bizarre experiences. Sigh. What the hell is going on? The events of the past 2 days were honestly more exciting than the entire first half of my life. Hey, it's my turn to sleep with you today. Tang Nana walked over. I know. I froze for a second. What? You look like you're reluctant. Tang Nana asked, raising an eyebrow. No, not at all. It's an honor to sleep with you. I quickly waved my hands. Then it's settled. Make sure you shower before getting into bed. Tang Nana dropped that casual remark and went back to the room. I wiped the sweat from my forehead. I felt like every time I talked to this woman, I got incredibly nervous. I couldn't help it. Tang Nana's aura was just too overwhelming. Combined with her top-tier figure, it was hard for any man's heart not to race. Why are you always staring at people? Bai Tiantian had appeared next to me, out of nowhere. Who's staring? I was just about to go take a shower, I said guiltily, then quickly escaped into the bathroom. What's so great about it anyway? Bai Tiantian looked up at Tang Nana's underwear, then looked down at her own chest, and muttered to herself. I felt completely refreshed after stepping out of the shower. Humming a little tune, I went to the sink to wash my clothes. You look like you're in a good mood. Did you find some money today? He Lingling had just returned. She was still wearing her taekwondo uniform, giving off a faint, pleasant fragrance. It wasn't like I'd never seen a girl in a taekwondo uniform before, but on He Lingling, it looked like it was about to burst at the seams. That waist, those legs, that figure. TSK. As a hot-blooded young man, I couldn't help but let my mind wander in times direction. You aren't thinking about times kind of stuff, are you? He Lingling easily saw right through me, a playful smile appearing on her face. No, I'm not. I quickly denied it. If you manage to woo me, I might just say yes to you. He Lingling teased. Woo He Lingling. Just thinking about it felt impossible. You're actually thinking about it, honestly. He Lingling feigned annoyance and gave my shoulder a light push. I told you I wasn't. All right. I need to wash my clothes. I quickly found an excuse to slip away. After finishing my laundry, I walked into the room and found Tang Nana already in bed, watching a drama on her tablet. I probably shouldn't bother her right now, but just then, Tang Nana seemed to notice me walking in. Fang Yuan, get up here. Tang Nana turned off her tablet. Is it bedtime already? I paused. I told you to get up here, so get up here. Tang Nana's tone left no room for argument. As soon as I climbed into bed, I felt the intense heat radiating from Tang Nana's body, making my mind run wild. Tang Nana turned on her side to face me. Her hair gently brushed against my cheek, giving me a ticklish sensation. You behaved yourself pretty well today. Tang Nana's voice carried a hint of laziness. I didn't dare move a muscle, only stammering in reply. Oh, of course. Tang Nana let out a soft chuckle. The sound was exceptionally captivating in the quiet night. I felt my heart beating faster and faster, and my body tensed up involuntarily. Right at that moment, Tang Nana suddenly leaned in close. Her breath brushed against the nape of my neck. Why are you so nervous? She asked softly. Just then, Tang Nana suddenly leaned in close. Her breath brushed against the nape of my neck. Why are you so nervous? She asked softly. Before I could finish my sentence, Tang Nana cut me off. Relax. I just want to chat with you. I mean, sure, but what about them? I instinctively glanced at the others in the room. Tang Nana followed my gaze. The other campus belles were all leaning over the edges of their beds, staring intently at us. What are you guys doing? Tang Nana frowned slightly. Nana, you suddenly called Fang Yuan up there. Of course we're curious. Bai Tiantian stuck her tongue out. Yeah, exactly. What if he tries to take advantage of you? He Lingling chimed in with a smile. Do you need me to hack him to death? Xu Jingjing asked, looking completely serious. You're all overthinking it. Hurry up and go to sleep, Tang Nana said in exasperation. The girls reluctantly went back to their own beds. Tang Nana simply stretched out her foot and flicked off the light, then turned her head to look at me. Ignore them. Let's continue. Her tone was calm. I nodded, but I couldn't focus at all. The faint scent of Tang Nana's perfume, and her face being so close to mine, made my heart pound wildly. Then I'll just ask directly. Tang Nana suddenly spoke up. What exactly is your relationship with Ji Baxiao? Just normal high school classmates. Honestly, I don't really know him that well. I tried to brush it off. Tang Nana didn't say a word. She just kept staring at me. Alright, fine. He's actually my best bro. We've always been pretty tight. He's the one who convinced me to apply to this school with him. When you two were putting on that little act on the rooftop, I knew you weren't just acquaintances. So you know him really well, right? I guess so. I nodded. Good. Be my boyfriend. Hearing those words, I practically bounced right off the bed. Bai Tian, who was eavesdropping from the top bunk, also sat up abruptly. Be your boyfriend? Did I hear that right? My eyes widened in shock, and I stammered. Tang Nana, stop joking around. But Tang Nana leaned in with a dead serious expression and said, I'm not joking. Listen to me. I want you to be my boyfriend. My face instantly flushed bright red. I stuttered, but why? Tang Nana scoffed. Ji Bakshiao has been pestering me for a long time. Having his best bro take the role is the only way to make him give up completely. I had mixed feelings about this. On one hand, the whole thing was completely absurd. On the other hand, the thought of actually being Tang Nana's boyfriend gave me a secret thrill. Let me think about it. I didn't dare look Tang Nana in the eye. Tang Nana frowned. You need to think about it? This is an opportunity most guys would beg for. The room fell into a brief silence. My heartbeat sounded exceptionally loud in the quiet room. I can't agree to this. Nana, after struggling with it for a moment, I still refused. For one, it was way too messed up. It was my first time seeing Ji Bakshiao like a girl this much. And secondly, this wouldn't make me a real boyfriend anyway. I'd just be a tool. Tang Nana clearly hadn't expected me to say no. A flash of surprise and irritation crossed her face. Fang Yuan, you're actually rejecting me? Tang Nana's voice rose slightly. I took a deep breath, gathered my courage, and said, I'm sorry, Nana. I don't mean to reject you as a person, but this isn't fair to Ji Bakshiao. Tang Nana scoffed coldly. He stalks and harasses me relentlessly. Is that fair to me? You better think this through. This is a once-in-a-lifetime offer. I shook my head firmly. I've made up my mind. Suit yourself. Tang Nana fell silent for a moment, then turned her back to me and didn't say another word. I felt a bit disappointed myself. I didn't know if my choice would make Tang Nana hate me even more, and I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing. I don't know how much time passed, but I finally drifted off to sleep. Fang Yuan. A soft voice whispered in my ear. I felt someone gently tugging at my blanket. I turned my head to look and saw it was Bai Tian. She was peeking over the edge of the bed with just her little head showing, staring at me with a smile. Look. Before I could finish, I saw Bai Tian make a gesture. I quickly covered my mouth. She pointed toward the balcony, signaling me to get down. Then she ducked her head back. After carefully making sure Tang Nana was fast asleep, I quietly slipped out of bed and followed Bai Tian out to the balcony. What do you want? I asked in a low voice. Did you get bullied? Bai Tian had a hint of a smile on her face. You heard everything? I felt a bit embarrassed. Bai Tian crossed her arms, tilted her head, and said, I just want to know if you're an idiot. Nana is so gorgeous. Being her boyfriend would be amazing. And you actually rejected her? I shrugged helplessly. I don't want her to use this as a way to hurt Ji Bakshiao. Bai Tian rolled her eyes. Look at Mr. Nice Guy over here. But have you ever considered that Tang Nana might actually like you a little? I froze. How is that possible? She probably just wants to get rid of Ji Bakshiao. Bai Tian secretly breathed a sigh of relief. He had just seen her completely naked this morning, and now he was getting tangled up with Tang Nana. If Fang Yuan had actually said yes to Tang Nana today, she would have kicked him to death. She continued asking, her figure is so amazing. Were you really not tempted at all? Of course I was tempted. You have no idea. Tang Nana's body, just now, in bed. Damn. They're really huge. It was my first time seeing them up close. Let me tell you, no man alive could resist a body like that. You don't know how much I struggled. I almost couldn't hold back, if it weren't for me. Talking about this woke me right up, and I got more and more excited. Then I suddenly realized Bai Tian had gone quiet. I turned my head and saw her beautiful eyes looking like they were about to shoot fire. If it weren't for you, what? Keep going. Bai Tian sneered. No, I really didn't have any thoughts like that. I knew you were a massive pervert. The moment you see a woman with a big chest, you completely lose your mind. Bai Tian gritted her teeth. Ah, don't be mad. Your figure is great too. Petite and super cute. I tried to do damage control. Bai Tian gritted her teeth, lifted her foot, and stomped hard on mine. Who are you calling petite? I'm perfectly average. Fang Yuan, you bastard. I winced in pain. Ouch. I'm sorry. Tian, take it easy. Tian, what are you and Fang Yuan doing out here so late? Su Jingjing walked onto the balcony, yawning. Bai Tian jumped in fright and quickly pulled her foot back. I was still hissing in pain. Su Jingjing looked at us with sleepy, confused eyes. Bai Tian blushed and stammered, and nothing. Fang Yuan said he couldn't sleep, so I came out to get some fresh air with him. I quickly nodded in agreement. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't sleep, so I asked Tian to keep me company. Honestly, Tian, how could you agree to hang out with this scumbag so easily? What if he tries to take advantage of you? Su Jingjing glared at me warily. I wouldn't do that. I raised my hands in panic. It's not like that, Jingjing. Hurry up and go back to sleep. I'll come back inside in a bit, okay? Su Jingjing pointed a warning finger at me before turning to leave. After Su Jingjing left, Bai Tian glared at me. This is all your fault. We got caught. So embarrassing. Phew. Damn, does this woman have some sort of obsession with hacking me to death? I let out a long sigh. Jing Jing is actually a good person. She's just like this with people she isn't close to. She's also really good at fighting. Back when school started, I was targeted by some thugs. Jing Jing was the one who saved me. She beat them all up in just a few moves. That crazy, huh? What if she actually kills me one day? I was genuinely a bit worried. Who wants to kill you? It's your own fault for acting like a creep all day. Jing Jing just has supermale syndrome. That's why she's a bit single-minded. But otherwise, she's no different from a normal girl. Bai Tiantian explained. Supermale syndrome? Doesn't that just make her a beautiful meathead? No wonder she's so pretty. I was a bit surprised to hear this. Hey, don't you dare say that to her face. She hates it when people call her stupid. If she actually tries to hack you to death, I won't be able to save you. Bai Tiantian punched my arm. Alright, it's getting late. Let's head back inside. Don't you want to stay out here with me a little longer? How about you sleep in my bed tonight? We can chat some more. I joked, naked chatting. Fang Yuan, you really have a death wish, don't you? Bai Tiantian had wanted to joke around, but she didn't expect Fang Yuan to tease her about last night again. She pinched me hard on the waist. Ouch! You really flip your mood in an instant, don't you? Ow, ow, ow. I complained. I'm ignoring you. So annoying. Bai Tiantian huffed and went back to bed. Women are so troublesome. I sighed and climbed back into Tang Nana's bed. I lay down as quietly as possible, terrified of waking her up. However, Tang Nana seemed to be sleeping soundly and wasn't disturbed by my movements. Lying in bed, my mind was still on my conversation with Bai Tiantian. I stole a glance at Tang Nana. The collar of her pajamas was slightly open, revealing her fair collarbones and an alluring cleavage. It was enough to make anyone's imagination run wild. As my thoughts drifted, a wave of drowsiness washed over me, and I fell into a deep sleep. The next morning, I woke up in Tang Nana's bed, feeling a bit short of breath. I could clearly feel the softness and warmth of Tang Nana's body. The faint fragrance coming from her was intoxicating. I tried to quietly get up to avoid waking her, but the moment I moved, Tang Nana seemed to notice. She let out a lazy hum. Don't move. I instantly froze in place, not daring to move an inch. My heart rate skyrocketed, and fine beads of sweat formed on my forehead. After a moment, Tang Nana slowly opened her eyes and looked at me with a sleepy gaze. Her hair was a bit messy, which only added to her captivating charm. Is it comfortable sleeping like this? Tang Nana threw her thigh over me, her soft chest pressing against my arm. That stimulating sensation made my mind go completely blank. Nana, what are you? I thought my body was already stiff, but when I looked down, I noticed something even stiffer. What's this? Tang Nana had clearly noticed the bulge in the blanket. Oh crap, I'm done for. I'm dead. I hurriedly sat up, using my body to block her view. Leaving already? Tang Nana placed her hand on my back, tracing it lightly. Her voice was full of seduction. I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed the blanket and fled from the bed. Little punk, you rejected me? I'll just have to make you fall for me, as if I can't handle you. Tang Nana propped her head up with her hand, watching my retreating figure as I fled in panic. A sly smile appeared on her face. I jumped out of bed, dropped the blanket, and ran straight for the balcony. Tang Nana sat up unhurriedly, tied up her hair, and walked toward the balcony as well. I opened a bathroom door and ducked right inside. I quickly locked the door and breathed a sigh of relief. But when I turned around, my shoulder bumped into two soft things. I looked up and saw He Lingling glaring at me in displeasure. Fang Yuan, you did that on purpose, didn't you? He Lingling demanded. I didn't have time to explain. I quickly clamped my hand over He Lingling's mouth. I pinned He Lingling against the wall. Even though she practiced taekwondo, she couldn't use any strength in this position. She couldn't even pry my hand away. Eventually, He Lingling just gave up struggling and stared resentfully into my eyes. I felt incredibly embarrassed too. After all, this was the second time. I whispered, I'm so sorry. Just let me hide here for a second. I really didn't mean to. Meanwhile, hearing the noise from the bathroom behind her, Tang Nana knew Fang Yuan was most likely hiding inside. Some people act so shameless normally, but hide away over something so small. Tang Nana scoffed coldly. Little did she know, He Lingling was in there too. Hearing that, I felt awkward beyond belief. I winked and gestured at He Lingling, trying to signal that this was all a misunderstanding. He Lingling just narrowed her eyes as if to say, I don't believe you. The two of us stayed frozen in that position. He Lingling's warm breath brushed against my hand, making my heart flutter. He Lingling was also affected by my gaze, her breathing growing a bit heavy, her face completely flushed. After what felt like an eternity, Tang Nana finally finished her makeup. Seeing that I still had no intention of coming out, she leaned close to the door and whispered, about last night. You better take it to your grave. I shivered violently when I heard that. I could feel Tang Nana's murderous intent right through the door. There's definitely something going on here. He Lingling's expression instantly became subtle, her eyes looking at me with pure schadenfreude. I had no choice. I could only wink frantically, signaling her to keep absolutely quiet. He Lingling blinked her big eyes, nodded, and then bit down hard on my hand. I instantly let out a miserable shriek. Are you crazy? Outside the door, Tang Nana found my reaction completely baffling. I was grimacing in pain but didn't dare lash out. I could only clutch my hand and glare at He Lingling's smug smile. Tang Nana frowned and just walked away from the balcony. After confirming through the crack in the door that Tang Nana was really gone, I finally sneaked out of the bathroom like a thief. Whoa! He Lingling, Were you a dog in your past life, biting me that hard? I stared at the deep teeth marks on my hand. He Ling Ling just rolled her eyes at me. By the way, what did she mean by about last night? Did you too? He Ling Ling smiled mischievously again. Don't get any crazy ideas. I didn't do anything. I waved my hands frantically. Why are you so nervous? I didn't even say you did anything. I was just asking. You. Whatever. If Tang Nana won't let you say it, then I just won't ask. He Ling Ling patted my shoulder. Thanks. Actually, it's really nothing. I told you. I'm not interested in that stuff, whether it's by Tian or Tang Nana. But next time, could you not trap me in the bathroom too? That position was seriously awkward. It was an accident. Purely an accident. I scratched my head awkwardly. The door to the other bathroom slowly opened. Su Yaoyao walked out from inside. Why is it like this again? He Ling Ling's little face flushed red, looking at me in a panic. Relax. Su Yaoyao definitely didn't hear us. I told He Ling Ling confidently. What position? What are you guys talking about? Su Yaoyao asked curiously. Why is it like this again? He Ling Ling's little face flushed red, looking at me in a panic. Relax. Su Yaoyao definitely didn't hear us. I told He Ling Ling confidently. What position? What are you guys talking about? Su Yaoyao asked curiously. Didn't you say she didn't hear us? He Ling Ling muttered under her breath. I froze in place as well. Only then did I realize Su Yaoyao was wearing her hearing aids. What's wrong? You two don't look so good. Are you feeling sick? Su Yaoyao asked with concern. It's nothing. Nothing at all. We were just doing some morning exercises here. This guy Fang Yuan insisted I teach him taekwondo, so I showed him a few stances. He Ling Ling winked at me frantically. That's right. We were doing morning exercises. Just got a little tired, that's all. I see. Well, be careful, okay? I'm heading to class first. Su Yaoyao waved goodbye and left. Crap. I think I have a class this morning too. I gotta go too. I slapped my forehead as I remembered. By the time I rushed to the classroom in a panic, it was already mostly full. Bai Tiantian had used a book to save the seat next to her. When she saw me, she waved me over. What are you? I was taken aback by Bai Tiantian's gesture. What are you standing there for? Sit down, Bai Tiantian said. The other students all turned to look at me. I felt a bit uncomfortable all over, scratched my head, and said to Bai Tiantian, I think I'll just sit in the back. At that, Bai Tiantian grabbed my arm directly and pulled me down onto the chair. What, pretending you don't know me now? Her tone was clearly a bit angry. No, it's just. Isn't it a bit inappropriate for me to sit here? I felt a little guilty. You think I want to sit with you? Bai Tiantian snapped. Actually, what she really wanted to say was, do you hate sitting with me that much? Later. Aren't you going to clean the student union room this afternoon? I was just worried you wouldn't be able to find the activity room, Bai Tiantian said, pretending to be calm. Well, thanks then. I absent-mindedly took notes, while stealing glances at Bai Tiantian beside me. Bai Tiantian was wearing a pink short skirt today, with white lace socks wrapping around her slender calves. Her curves under the skirt were perfectly round and perky. It was hard not to feel a flutter in my chest, especially when I recalled that captivating body hidden beneath her clothes. I felt my heart pounding wildly. Her figure definitely wasn't as voluptuous as Tang Nana's or He Ling Ling's, but among the 5 campus belles, Bai Tiantian's face was absolutely the purest, incredibly delicate. Whether it was her facial features or her skin, you couldn't find a single flaw. If she became my girlfriend, I'd definitely hold her in my arms every day and kiss her to death. Hey, are you thinking about other women? Bai Tiantian suddenly asked. Holy crap, can this woman read minds? I laughed awkwardly. No way, don't falsely accuse me. Bai Tiantian gave a soft HMPH, stop talking, and went back to listening attentively to the lecture. I didn't dare let my imagination run wild anymore either, and honestly paid attention to the class for a while. Finally making it to the end of class, I stood up with a sigh of relief. Where are you going? There's another class starting soon, Bai Tiantian reminded me. I know. I'm just going to buy a bottle of water. Do you want me to grab you anything? I asked, but Bai Tiantian didn't answer me. Instead, she buried her head in her desk. Seeing that she ignored me, I headed out the door by myself. Bai Tiantian lifted her head from her arms and whispered, I want a green plum green tea. Got it, I replied. A little while later, a cup of milk tea with ridiculously extravagant packaging was placed in front of Bai Tiantian. Didn't I say I wanted a green plum green tea? As Bai Tiantian was speaking, a guy who looked mature and handsome interrupted her. Bai Tiantian, mind if I sit here? President, what are you? Bai Tiantian finally got a clear look at the person. It was the newly elected student union president. Sorry about that. I took an official leave for the last class, so I wasn't here. But what a coincidence. I saw you sitting here right as I walked in. The student union president smiled and sat down. President, that's not what I meant. Bai Tiantian hurriedly explained. Oh, this. I just had my family's chef make it. I figured it would suit your taste. The student union? President pushed the milk tea toward her, then crossed his legs. No, I mean you can't sit here. This seat is taken. Bai Tiantian raised her voice a few notches. Bai Tiantian's voice drew the attention of the people around them. Right at that moment, I returned to the classroom holding 2 bottles of drinks. Tiantian, don't be shy. You're so beautiful. No one will say anything if you sit with me. The student union president thought Bai Tiantian was just being shy, and leaned in even closer to her. What's everyone looking at? I walked back to my seat, confused. only to find someone sitting next to Bai Tiantian. Is this a friend of hers? I walked up to the two of them, placed the drinks on the desk, and got a clear look at the guy's face. Long Aocean? You two know each other? Bai Tiantian asked, puzzled. You've heard of me? Long Aocean also looked confused. Of course I know him. I thought to myself, this Long Aotian's family, just like mine, is in business. Our families have had business dealings before. It's just that the Long family's influence is much, much bigger. They're a renowned corporation in all of Huaxia. But the weird thing is, the Long Aocean right in front of me seems to have absolutely no idea who I am. Of course not. I hesitated for a moment, but decided not to say it out loud. Then how do you know his name? Bai Tiantian was even more confused. Yeah, how do you know my name? Long Aocean stared at me too. How am I supposed to explain this? You saying you don't know me. Isn't that just so? I won't expose your identity as the young master of the Long family, so you can pick up girls? I thought to myself, but didn't say it out loud. Bro, what are you playing at? I couldn't squeeze out a single word for a moment, and could only wink frantically at Long Aocean. I'm asking you a question. Why do you keep winking at me? Got sand in your eye? Long Aocean was getting annoyed. I instantly got pissed off. I'm kindly trying to help you hide your identity, and you're just gonna mock me and give me no face. Huh. Then don't blame me. Oh my, young Master Long. You really are a busy man with a short memory. I'm Fang Yuan. I even held you when we were kids. Have you forgotten? Long Aotian was about to speak, but I cut him off. You're the future star of the Huaxia business world. Let's not even talk about other places. Just here in Jiangcheng, who doesn't know you? Young Master Long. Your Longyan group really did our Fang family a huge favor last time. If you ask me, without the Long family's investment, Jiangcheng wouldn't have developed this fast at all. Our young Master Long is truly a dragon among men, the absolute cream of the crop, the absolute ceiling of reincarnation. With him studying here at Jiangcheng University, how could I not be excited? I deliberately said it very loudly. Heh. Sorry about that. But you started it, so don't blame me for being ruthless. Don't blame your bro for exposing your identity. Besides, these are all compliments. You have no reason to come after me for this. He let out a loud laugh and threw his arm around my shoulder. I knew Jiangcheng still had some talent. Man, you sure have a way with words. From now on, just drop my name, Long Aocean, around school. I guarantee there's nothing you won't be able to handle. Which of this bastard's wires got crossed? He can't even tell sarcasm from flattery, and actually got off on the praise. I grumbled internally, but still responded with a beaming smile. Yes. I'll be relying on young Master Long's support from now on. Alright, hurry up and leave. Class is about to start, Bai Tiantian said to Long Aocean impatiently. Yeah, you shouldn't just stand here. Bai Tiantian and I have class now. Let's not talk business today, I chimed in. Long Aocean said to me, I was telling you to leave, young Master Long. This seat is taken. Bai Tiantian's patience was reaching its limit. Did you hear me? This seat is already taken. Long Aotian turned his head and looked at Bai Tiantian in surprise. Get up. Bai Tiantian stood up and yelled. Long Aotian practically bounced out of the seat. Bai Tiantian glared fiercely at Long Aotian, then pulled me, who was equally stunned stiff, back down into the seat. Long Aotian looked incredibly awkward, his expression as ugly as if he'd just eaten dog crap. The class bell rang. Bai Tiantian snapped at Long Aotian again. What are you still standing here for? Fang Yuan and I have class. Long Aotian looked incredibly awkward, his expression as ugly as if he'd just eaten dog crap. The class bell rang. Bai Tiantian snapped at Long Aotian again. What are you still standing here for? Fang Yuan and I have class now. I looked at Bai Tiantian, at a loss for what to do, then looked at Long Aotian. Fang Yuan, was it? Alright, you little punk. I'll remember you. Long Aotian dropped that line, then walked to the back row with a dark expression. What the hell is going on? Now it was my turn to be completely baffled. I sat in my seat, not daring to move a muscle, watching Bai Tiantian cautiously. Penny scarified. She'd give me a vicious scolding too. Expressionless. Bai Tiantian grabbed a bottle of plum green tea from my desk without even glancing at Long Aotian's milk tea. Open it for me. Bai Tiantian shoved the green tea into my hands. Judging by the lion's roar she just unleashed, she was in a terrible mood. I quickly twisted the cap off and handed it over. Bai Tiantian took the green tea from my hand, took a huge gulp directly, and then slammed it down on the desk. Damn psycho. Pissing me off. Bai Tiantian hadn't slept well last night to begin with, so she was already annoyed. She just wanted to take a quick nap between classes, but this Long Aotian popped out of nowhere. Before she could even finish her sentence, he just sat himself down and started yapping endlessly. Seriously. Absolutely zero manners. I don't care if you're young Master Long or young Master Horse. The moment you open your mouth, it's obvious you're a total weirdo. And Fang Yuan too. Couldn't he grow a spine? At a time like this, shouldn't he have boldly pointed right at Long Aotian's nose and said, "This seat is mine, and this woman is mine too"? Thinking of this, Bai Tiantian realized I had absolutely no reaction. She turned her head in confusion, only to find this idiot propping his head up with one hand, frowning deeply. Lost in thought about who knows what, I was thinking about what just happened. I felt like this Long Aotian was acting super weird. First of all, for some unknown reason, Long Aotian really seemed to have zero memory of me, but we had actually met at a banquet just a few months ago. Just that one time. I remember that among the younger generation there, Long Aotian wasn't just refined and easygoing, He even seemed a bit shy, compared to the attitude he just had while talking to me. It was like night and day. Could it be because of Bai Tiantian? I turned my head and glanced at Bai Tiantian, only to find her glaring at me, puffing her cheeks in anger, her face screaming displeasure. I quickly looked away. But if it was because of Bai Tiantian, that would be even weirder, because I distinctly remember that Long Aoshin doesn't like girls. Actually, the famous second young master of the Long Yun group, young master Long Aoshin, is gay. Very few people know about this. If it weren't for that banquet, where Long Aoshin pinched my butt when no one was looking, I wouldn't have known either. I secretly peeked at Bai Tiantian again. It's true, though. Even though I've seen a lot of beautiful girls, in terms of looks, there's no one more perfect than Bai Tiantian. The word sweet was practically tailor-made for her. My face instantly flushed red. Why do you keep staring at me? Pay attention to the class. Seriously. Bai Tiantian gave me a gentle shove. Bai Tiantian was originally a bit angry, but seeing me look at her with those eyes, now she just felt inexplicably shy. Nothing. By the way, Tiantian, how do you know Long Aoshin? He's the student union president of our college. He seemed pretty normal before, but I don't know what kind of crazy pills he took today. I'm so done with him. Bai Tiantian answered in a huff. Long Aoshin is actually the student union president. Wait, I got disciplined yesterday. Could it be that this bastard was the one behind it? Just because I refused to play his little boy toy games? This little punk actually dared to mess with me. Now it all makes sense. Damn it. Just you wait. Watch how I ruin you later. A plan instantly formed in my mind. Hey, Fang Yuan. Just clean here, and over there. Make sure it's spotless. Leave the office and the storage room to me. Xu Jingjing went over the cleaning arrangements with me. That's so much. Do you usually clean all this by yourself? Of course, our sanitation department gets praised every single week. Even though I'm the only one in the sanitation department. Xu Jingjing puffed out her chest proudly. What are you so proud of? Aren't you just free labor? They buy you off with one compliment a week. I silently roasted her in my head. Jingjing, how about we switch? I'll clean the office and the storage room, and you clean out here. How does that sound? Absolutely not. That's my young master's office. My young master is the student union president. His office must be cleaned by me personally. There can't be a single mistake. Xu Jingjing rejected the idea without a second thought. Your young master. Don't tell me it's... My expression instantly stiffened. That's right. My young master is Long Aoshin. The master told me to take good care of him. Xu Jingjing looked at me seriously. I haven't exactly seen you taking care of him. I protect him from the shadows. Do you know what it means to protect from the shadows? The Long family trained us ninjas, specifically to serve silently in the dark. Xu Jingjing looked dead serious. Ninjas? That stuff still exists in this day and age? What kind of nonsense is this? Are you sure you don't mean bodyguard? My brain was having trouble processing this. So Xu Jingjing is Long Aoshin's subordinate. No wonder this chick is always targeting me. At the same time, I couldn't help but marvel. The Long family really is massively wealthy and powerful. Such a top-tier campus belle is actually Long Aoshin's subordinate. When will my family assign me a beautiful campus belle bodyguard too? But since you said it's protection from the shadows, and you just blurted out your identity to me like that, is it still in the shadows? I pointed out. You scum! You're too cunning. You actually tricked me into talking. Hearing this, Xu Jingjing finally realized what she'd done. The look she gave me was instantly filled with murderous intent. Since you know my identity, I can't let you live. I have to hack you to death. From out of nowhere, Xu Jingjing pulled out a kunai and advanced toward me step by step. I could tell at a glance that thing was the real deal. The sharp reflection gleamed on my face. No, don't. My legs gave out, and I plopped down hard onto the stool behind me. Heh, scum. To think you actually discovered my identity. Xu Jingjing directly straddled my neck. Here it comes. Here it comes. The Madara test is here. Episode connects to chapter 15. Heh, scum. To think you actually discovered my identity. Xu Jingjing directly straddled my neck, holding the kunai up with one hand. I didn't discover anything. You blurted it out yourself. I stared at the kunai suspended in the air, scared out of my wits. Regardless, now I can only silence you forever. Xu Jingjing's face was completely expressionless. No, don't. What are you two doing? Seriously, Fang Yuan. This is supposed to be a punishment. Can you take it a little more seriously? Bai Tiantian's voice came from outside the door. The next second, Bai Tiantian pushed the door open and walked in. Honestly, how is it even messier than before? Look, the desks are all crooked. And these books, why are they all thrown on the floor? I slumped into the chair, my face still pale with shock. The kunai that was pressed against my face just a second ago had vanished without a trace. Xu Jingjing was standing over 2 meters away, earnestly wiping the table. If it weren't for my collar, which was still a wrinkled mess from being grabbed, I really would have thought it was all just a hallucination. Can you actually do some work? Jingjing might be hardworking, but that doesn't mean you can just sit there and slack off. You're the worst, always bullying Jingjing. Bai Tiantian went on another rant, accusing me of bullying her. I almost lost my damn life. Damn it. That sharp kunai almost pierced right through my throat. Just as I was about to beg Bai Tiantian for help, I caught Xu Jingjing's threatening glare from across the room. Forget it. Even if I asked Bai Tiantian for help, she definitely wouldn't believe me. Besides, if I dragged her into this, Xu Jingjing might end up attacking her too. I'll go clean the bathrooms. Then, I tried my best to stop my legs from shaking, standing up and forcing a calm facade as I walked toward the door. Who said you could go clean the bathrooms? Don't think I don't know you're just trying to slack off. Stay he isn't sweep the floor properly. Bai Tiantian grabbed me right in my tracks and shoved a broom into my hands. I wept silently in my heart. Bai Tiantian, you foolish woman, you're going to get me killed today. I had no choice but to take the broom and walk to the corner of the room, staying as far away from Xu Jingjing as possible. Jingjing, don't let Fang Yuan slack off. I have a meeting to attend, so I'm heading out first. Bai Tiantian closed the door and left. Once again, it was just me and Xu Jingjing left in the clubroom. The air instantly became terrifyingly quiet. In a flash, Xu Jingjing pinned me against the wall, pressing the kunai right against my neck. Her eyes were absolutely ice cold. It's over. I'm a dead man today. You can't kill me. Xu Jingjing looked at me in confusion. Because I'm your young master's best bro. What? Xu Jingjing was clearly taken aback. This is working. Looks like this chick actually bought my bluff. Long Aoshin and I are close bros. He even owes me a ton of money. If you kill me, he's gonna be really pissed. I kept up the bluff. So that's how it is, Xu Jingjing suddenly realized. I gently pushed her kunai away. Exactly. It's not like your young master doesn't have the money to pay me back. Think about it. If you kill me, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were the young master's bro. Xu Jingjing panicked and let go of me. How much does the young master owe you? I'll pay you back a little first. Xu Jingjing reached into her pockets and started rummaging around. For a moment, I didn't even know what to say. I didn't expect Xu Jingjing to be this gullible. Xu Jingjing pulled out several bank cards and some loose change, blushing furiously. She said, this is the money I've saved up over the past few years. Even though it's only 15,042 bucks and 50 cents, I'll give it all to you. Please, I hope you can give the young master a few more days. What the hell is going on? I knew Xu Jingjing bought my story, but I didn't expect her to buy it this completely. Or rather, I didn't expect her to be this incredibly dense. Is this what they call being super innocent? Do you have any idea that this little bit of money isn't even enough to cover the tip for one bottle of red wine? For your young master? I'm a ninja, not a bodyguard. Besides, I'm a retainer of the Long family. The Long family raised me and provided for me. I don't need things like a salary, but this is all I have. Xu Jingjing insisted. Sigh. Alright. Actually, Long Aochin has helped me out a lot in the past too. He doesn't owe me that much anyway. For the sake of our past friendship, let's just write this debt off. I breathed a sigh of relief. Really? I didn't expect you to be so loyal. Xu Jingjing jumped up in excitement. Fang Yuan, I admit I misjudged you before. I used to think you were just a scumbag. Wicked and totally perverted. Alright. Stop right there. Just remember, young Master Long and I are secret partners. He doesn't want anyone else to know about our relationship. So don't breathe a word of this to anyone. What's a secret partner? You don't need to know what a secret partner is. You just need to keep what happened today an absolute secret. That shouldn't be a problem for a ninja, right? Absolutely not. If I ever leak the fact that you two are secret partners, I will apologize with my life. Xu Jingjing whipped out her kunai and gestured at her own neck. Whoa. Alright. I didn't ask you to swear a blood oath. Put that thing away. Just looking at that kunai makes my legs turn to jelly. My bad. I got a little too excited just now. Xu Jingjing scratched her head and tucked the kunai back into the holster on her thigh, hidden under her skirt. Then I'll get back to sweeping. They should be done with their meeting soon, I said, heading toward the president's office. Fang Yuan, wait, that's the area I'm supposed to clean. Oh, come on. Did you forget what kind of relationship Long Aochin and I have? I turned around and stared at Xu Jingjing. You're secret partners, Xu Jingjing whispered. Exactly. You just focus on sweeping the outside. Then you have to make sure you clean it properly. Xu Jingjing still seemed a bit uneasy. Relax, I've got this. After finally getting rid of Xu Jingjing, I quickly shut the office door. Damn, good thing I'm a freaking genius. Otherwise, I would have been killed by that dumb chick today for absolutely no reason. Speaking of which, Xu Jingjing is actually a real ninja. Was that the legendary flying thunder god technique or whatever? Good thing that chick isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. But Long Aochin, I'm no pushover either. You got me penalized. So today, I'm gonna leave you a nice little present. I spotted the teapot on the desk, and a sinister grin instantly spread across my face. This is it. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a pill, pinching it between my fingers. The pill was entirely dark brown and completely odorless. This is the invincible laxative pill I spent a fortune on. Just one of these bad boys guarantees you'll be having a blast for 3 days and 3 nights straight. I crushed the pill with my fingers and sprinkled it evenly into the teapot. Making me sweep the floor for you? Just you wait. I'll be sweeping your tomb soon enough. Drop dead, man. I didn't forget to give the teapot a good shake, making sure the powder dissolved completely. After finishing my masterpiece, I quietly slipped into the storage room, ready to watch the show, and see how Long Aochin transforms into a literal jet-propelled warrior. A little while later, Xu Jingjing walked into the office. Finding me nowhere in sight, she was furious. That bastard. He promised he'd clean it properly, and he actually ran off. Xu Jingjing had no choice but to start sweeping the office herself. At that moment, Long Aochin had just finished his meeting. He walked in and collapsed straight into his recliner. I'm exhausted. Why does this damn student council have so much crap to deal with? Long Aochin immediately started complaining. Young master, have you been in a bad mood lately? You never used to swear before. Jingjing looked at him with concern. I'll say whatever the hell I want. Anyway, why are you still here? Long Aochin asked, looking annoyed. I haven't finished sweeping yet. Why are you so slow today? Stop sweeping and get out. I need to rest. Long Aochin didn't even bat an eye. Young master, did Jingjing do something wrong? Did I make you angry? You did fine. Now get out. And don't let anyone disturb me. Long Aochin snapped at her. Yes, young master. Your subordinate will take her leave. Shu Jingjing hung her head and left the room. Long Aochin sneakily locked the door. He peered outside for a good while, until he was absolutely sure Shu Jingjing was gone, before sitting back down in his chair. System, get out here. What kind of garbage pickup technique was that? Why didn't it work at all? Long Aochin roared at thin air. Then he stood up and started muttering to himself, looking incredibly agitated. What the hell is Long Aochin mumbling about? I peeked through the crack in the storage room door, watching this bizarre scene unfold. Long Aochin seemed to be talking to someone. I scanned the rest of the room. Weird. There's no one else here. Who is this guy talking to? Is he on the phone or something? Whatever. As long as you drink my invincible laxative pill, I don't care. I watched as Long Aochin finally poured himself a cup of tea, and I couldn't stop the smirk from spreading across my face. Just as the cup reached his lips, the guy actually stopped. I watched as Long Aochin finally poured himself a cup of tea, and I couldn't stop the smirk from spreading across my face. Just as the cup reached his lips, the guy actually stopped. Just drink it already. I was dying of anticipation. But of course, right at that moment, someone knocked on the office door again. Damn it. I was so close, son of a bitch. Why didn't he drink it? I was so pissed I could cough up blood. Why are you barging in? Didn't I tell you to wait outside? Young master, the master's men just came by. Shu Jingjing reported proudly. You idiot. You dare block the master's men? What the hell is wrong with you? Long Aochin exploded in anger. But young master, you just said, not to let anyone disturb you. Shu Jingjing lowered her head, looking wronged. What did the master's men say? Long Aochin took a deep breath. They said you need to head back immediately. He has something to discuss with you. And the eldest young master. Looks like I won't be getting any rest today. You stay here at school. Do you remember the mission I gave you? Yes, sir. I am to observe those 4 campus bells for you. Shu Jingjing clasped her hands together, dropped to one knee, and said seriously. And that Fang Yuan too. Keep a close eye on him and look into his background. Understood. But won't this interfere with your secret partnership, young master? Shu Jingjing asked in confusion. What the hell are you talking about? Just do your damn job. Yes, young master. Even though Shu Jingjing really wanted to know what a secret partner was, asking about it only made Long Aochin angrier. So she kept her mouth shut. Long Aochin quickly adjusted his collar and stormed out, leaving Shu Jingjing alone in the office. I kept the door locked, hiding in the storage room without daring to make a sound. After hearing their conversation, my head was spinning with a million questions. Suddenly, a beep rang out. I jumped in surprise. Just now, it sounded like something just beeped right in my ear. Just as I thought I was hearing things, the voice spoke again. Alert! Foreign data intrusion detected. Auto-defense system initiating. Defense system implanting. Host fusion and synchronization in progress. I felt a rush of blood to my head. Hello. I have appeared here because of the individual known as Long Aochin. He does not belong to this world. He has been reincarnated here from an alternate universe. He also possesses a system within him. If he completes his system's missions, this world we inhabit will be shut down. Whatever Long Aochin's goal in reincarnating here may be, you must stop him. What a load of crap. I suddenly burst out laughing. Do you hear how ridiculous you sound? Do you think I'm an idiot? Host. I understand this is difficult to process, but the world is currently in grave danger. As the world defense system, I don't care what the hell you are. And I don't care what your goal is. I have zero interest in playing hero and saving the world. Get out of my head right now. The system's voice abruptly cut off as if it had never been there at all. I slowly slumped to the floor, shaking my head, to force myself to snap out of it. I didn't expect that Shu Jingjing would still be in the office. Right now, she was, focused intently on wiping down Long Aochin's recliner. I better slip away before she notices me. Just as I was crawling on all fours, slowly creeping toward the door, the office door burst open with a bang. Bro, are you okay? I heard you got detention sweeping duty because of what happened yesterday. What the hell is going on? Ji Boxiao barged right in. Okay bro, I'm dead. As soon as Ji Boxiao walked in, he saw me cowering by the door, looking completely pathetic. He immediately assumed that the student council was bullying me. He instantly grabbed a nearby stool and screamed at Shu Jingjing. Screw the student council. You dare mess with my bro? Do you have any idea who my bro is? I'll make you regret you were ever born. I was crying tears of despair on the inside. I just wanted to kick this idiot Ji Boxiao into the stratosphere. Shu Jingjing turned her head, glanced at Ji Boxiao, and then looked at me. 10 minutes later, I'm so touched, bro. Ji Boxiao's face was so swollen he could barely even speak. You got beaten, stupid. Did you know I was coming to save you? You actually went this far. Ugh. I'm so freaking touched. Just for that, I can finally give up on chasing Tang Nana. I was completely speechless. All I can say is, this guy's thought process is truly one of a kind. You two better sweep this place spotless. Fang Yuan. The only reason I didn't beat you up too is because you and my young master are secret partners. The only reason I didn't beat you up too, but that doesn't mean you can slack off during your punishment. Shu Jingjing snapped. See that? She only beat me up Does that mean I have a chance with her? Ji Baxiao whispered to me. You said you were cleaning the storage room earlier. Why is it still such a mess? Xu Jingjing grumbled as she cleaned the storage room. What? No way. I cleaned it super thoroughly, I replied, feeling guilty. 2.5 hours later, the three of us finally got the place spotless. I'm dead. Ji Baxiao collapsed onto the floor. I was completely wiped out too. Alright, you can leave now, Xu Jingjing announced, after inspecting the room for the 5th time. Hold on, let me get some water first. I did way too much cardio today. Ji Baxiao weakly reached over and grabbed the teapot off the desk. He poured a cup and chugged it down. Ji Baxiao, no. I tried to stop him, but it was too late. 1 cup wasn't enough for him. He immediately poured himself another. Jingjing. Do you have any toilet paper? I looked over at Xu Jingjing. No, I don't. Xu Jingjing replied, confused. I sympathetically patted Ji Baxiao on the shoulder. Bro, I'm gonna head out. If you end up making a mess in here again, make sure you clean it up. What the hell are you talking about? Ji Baxiao muttered, still gulping down the tea. I shook my head helplessly and walked out the door. What the hell are you talking about? Ji Baxiao muttered, still gulping down the tea. I shook my head helplessly and walked out the door. When I got downstairs, I suddenly realized Xu Jingjing was following right beside me. She wasn't saying a word, just staring at me. I instantly started sweating bullets. Jingjing, did you have something to say to me? I asked nervously. No. Xu Jingjing suddenly looked down. I was at a loss. I had no choice but to bite the bullet and keep walking, keeping my guard up around her. Okay, I do have one thing I want to ask you. I honestly didn't expect her to actually speak up. Go ahead. I'll answer if I can. What exactly is a secret partner? Xu Jingjing looked up at me, her eyes completely serious. I didn't know what to say. Can't you tell me? I just want to be able to help the young master. Xu Jingjing looked a bit dejected. Well, this involves your young master's master plan. You don't want to make him angry, do you? I put on a troubled expression. No. Then you better not tell me. Hearing this, Xu Jingjing shook her head frantically. Then I'll be going now. The pressure was getting to me, so I prepared to make a run for it. Wait. Xu Jingjing stopped me. What now? Is there something else? I was on the verge of tears. Xu Jingjing scratched her head. She thought to herself. She couldn't exactly say. My young master sent me to spy on you. You haven't told me where you're going yet. I'm going to grab some food. I've been working all afternoon, and I'm starving. I quickly made up an excuse. Actually, I'm hungry too. Let's go eat together, Xu Jingjing said casually. I don't think that's a good idea. I forced a stiff smile. Why not? You ate with Tang Nana yesterday, didn't you? So what's the big deal if we eat together? I didn't dare argue with her, so I just let her tag along. I found a decent-looking restaurant off campus. I grabbed a table by the window and sat down. Xu Jingjing didn't sit across from me. She sat right next to me. I opened the menu and scoffed. What is this garbage? It was just a small local joint, after all. Compared to the luxury hotels my family owned, it wasn't even in the same league. Xu Jingjing sat next to me, looking a bit nervous. This place looks really expensive. Maybe we should just eat at the school cafeteria? Oh, come on. We're already here. Why go back? I casually checked off a dozen items on the menu, then handed it to Xu Jingjing. See if there's anything else you want. Xu Jingjing took the menu and glanced at it, and her face instantly flushed red in shock. Why is everything so expensive? She flipped through the menu in disbelief. I'm not eating here. Xu Jingjing stood up. Why the sudden change of heart? Are you not feeling well? I asked, genuinely confused. Fang Yuan, are you doing this on purpose? Xu Jingjing suddenly glared at me, fuming. What's your problem? I said I wanted to eat with you. So you purposely brought me to this super expensive restaurant, Xu Jingjing yelled, her face bright red. I actually found it kind of funny. I never said you were paying. Why are you freaking out? Xu Jingjing didn't say a word, but it looked like she still wanted to leave. I had to stand up and pull her back down into her seat. All right, I told you it's my treat. I handed the menu back to her. Xu Jingjing kept her head down, carefully studying the menu. After cautiously checking off one item, she quickly put the menu down. By the way, aren't you a retainer for the Long family? You shouldn't be this broke, right? I couldn't help but ask. Just because the Long family is rich doesn't mean I am. Xu Jingjing retorted. Looks like the Long family isn't all that great after all, treating their subordinates this poorly. Don't you dare insult the Long family. Xu Jingjing snapped, whipping out her kunai. If the Long family hadn't taken me in, I would have died a long time ago. Whoa, hey, what are you doing? I didn't even say anything bad. I quickly grabbed her hand to stop her. Xu Jingjing scoffed. Actually, they do give me an allowance, she continued. But I spent it all on my training, so you're just terrible with money. I teased. I am not terrible with money. Xu Jingjing got worked up again. I just want to get stronger, so I can repay the Long family. I held her kunai down tight. All right. You're not terrible with money. Just stop pulling out weapons over every little thing. I'm the one paying for your meal, remember? By the time we left the restaurant, it was already getting dark outside. Xu Jingjing and I had been eating for nearly 2 hours, or more accurately, Xu Jingjing alone had been eating for nearly 2 hours. I was genuinely terrified by her appetite. This girl could seriously eat. I had already ordered a ton of food, and not only did she demolish all of it, she still looked like she was starving. Seeing that look on her face, like she wanted more, but was too embarrassed to ask. I didn't say a word. I just kept ordering more food for her. And so, I kept ordering, and Xu Jingjing kept eating. thinking back on it now. I glanced over at Xu Jingjing walking next to me, and I couldn't help but give her a weird look. Xu Jingjing seemed to notice me staring, and shyly looked down at the ground. Jingjing, do you usually eat this much? I asked her. And no. It's just today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just ate a little bit more than usual. Xu Jingjing hurriedly explained. My mouth couldn't help but twitch. You call this a little bit more? I usually only eat about half of what I had today. Well, that's really not that much, Xu Jingjing whispered. But thank you so much for treating me to a meal today. I'll definitely treat you next time. Once my next allowance comes in, I just let her be. However, if Xu Jingjing knew how much today's meal actually cost, she'd probably be scared silly. As we walked back to school, the atmosphere was a bit quiet. I secretly observed Xu Jingjing. She kept her head down, seemingly still embarrassed about eating too much. Feeling a bit uncomfortable under my gaze, she spoke up. Could you not look at me like that? I quickly looked away and cleared my throat. Sorry, you're just too pretty. I couldn't help but stare. Hearing this, a blush crept onto Xu Jingjing's face. She didn't expect me to suddenly compliment her and looked a bit flustered. Not knowing how to respond, she quickened her pace back to the dorm. He Lingling opened the door. Seeing the two of us come back together, a playful smile appeared on her face. You two, don't even mention it. I was punished with sweeping all afternoon. I knew this woman loved to tease, so I didn't bring up the fact that I had dinner with Xu Jingjing. Fang Yuan is back? Tang Nana's voice came from the balcony. I shivered all over. Xu Jingjing looked at me in confusion. What's wrong? Some people must have a guilty conscience, hiding in the bathroom every day. He Lingling gloated. Why would you hide in the bathroom? Xu Jingjing was even more confused. I'm back. I shot He Lingling. An annoyed glare, then replied nervously. Tang Nana walked in from the balcony, arms crossed over her chest, looking at me with a half smile. Oh, I thought you were too scared to come back. I felt a wave of guilt and forced a laugh. It's not that bad. Come help me fix my computer, Tang Nana said. Me? I froze for a second. What? Are you going to refuse? This too? Tang Nana raised an eyebrow. Hey, no. I'll do my best. I braced myself and followed Tang Nana to her desk. Looking at the seemingly malfunctioning computer, I silently prayed it wasn't a major issue. Thankfully, her C drive was just full. I just needed to move some files to another drawer. Tang Nana was resting her hands on her thighs, leaning forward with her eyes glued to the screen. Her face was very close to mine, and since she had just taken a shower, she gave off a rich, alluring scent that made my heart race. Tang Nana was wearing a low-cut nightgown today. Her leaning posture made my gaze, unconsciously, fall on her faintly visible cleavage. The fair skin at her neckline seemed to radiate a tempting glow. I didn't dare look any longer. Finally done. I let out a long sigh of relief. Just as I was about to stand up, I realized Tang Nana was still in the same position, showing no intention of moving away. Nana, I'm all done. I carefully reminded her. That was pretty fast. Tang Nana looked up at me. It wasn't a big deal. I changed your default save location. Good job. Tang Nana suddenly looked at me with bedroom eyes. Tell me, how should I reward you? There's no need for that. It didn't take much effort. I gulped. How could I not? How about you sleep with me tonight? Tang Nana rubbed her knee against my thigh. Is Tang Nana flirting with me? No. She just wants to use me to get rid of Jibo. Tang Nana is definitely sexy, but she's absolutely not the type I can handle. I quickly stood up. Thanks, but I won't bother you. No way, can he really resist? Tang Nana was very surprised by my reaction. Are you sure? No need, let's just stick to the rotation. Dropping that line, I bolted to the balcony. Bai Tian, having just washed her hair, saw me come out of the room, and showed a pleasantly surprised expression. Fang Yuan, when did you get back? Just now. I just got back. Why did it take you so long to sweep the floor? I was just being thorough. Yeah, right? As if I believe that. You're always lying to me. You went out to eat with Jingjing. Bai Tian exposed me directly. How did you know? I asked in surprise. Hey, Jingjing texted me all about it. Wow, you actually dared to lie to me. When did I lie to you? I just didn't think it was necessary to mention. Are you harboring bad intentions toward Jingjing? I knew it. You're exactly the type of guy who falls for every girl he sees. Bai Tian looked as if she had just figured it all out. Hey, don't talk nonsense. Since when do I fall for every girl I see? I protested. Wait, who knows what a big jerk like you is thinking about all day? Can you not think so poorly of me? I obviously haven't done anything. You dare say that? After what you did to me? Bai Tian said with an angry face. You can't blame it all on me. Who knew you had that kind of fetish? I put on an innocent face. Get out of here. That's totally normal, okay? A lot of girls like that. Ugh, you're so annoying. Bai Tian was so embarrassed, she became a bit incoherent. I also felt the topic was too awkward, so I looked out the window. Bai Tian lowered her head. After a while, as if making up her mind, she blushed and asked, Are you free right now? I'm going to take a shower. Seeing her expression, I felt a bit strange. Bai Tian glared at me angrily. I hurriedly changed my tune. I'm free. Bai Tian's expression softened a bit, and she said shyly, Do me a favor, will you? What is it? Could you blow dry my hair for me? Bai Tian asked in a small voice, her head buried. I mean, I can, but I've never blow dried anyone else's hair before. I'm afraid it's fine. I'll go get the hairdryer. Bai Tiantian quickly brought the hairdryer, plugged it in, and handed it to me. She sat on the chair, her silky long hair cascading down like a waterfall. The tips of her hair gently brushed against her fair shoulders, carrying a hint of alluring charm. I turned on the hairdryer, adjusting it to a comfortable temperature and speed. The warm air blew softly through Bai Tiantian's beautiful hair. My movements became increasingly gentle, afraid of hurting her. My fingers wove through her thick hair, intentionally or unintentionally, grazing her scalp, bringing a tingling sensation. Fang Yuan. Does my hair smell good? Bai Tiantian suddenly asked in a sweet voice. She tilted her head back slightly, her slender neck forming a captivating curve. Yeah, it smells great, I answered, my breathing a bit heavy. While blow-drying, I gently sifted through her hair with my other hand. My fingers would occasionally brush against her ear, and her delicate earlobes instantly turned bright red. Bai Tiantian closed her eyes, the corners of her mouth curling up slightly. She let out a soft purr from her throat like a little kitten, seemingly enjoying it very much. Her silky hair slipped gently through my hands, carrying the faint scent of shampoo. Ah, be gentle. You're burning me. Bai Tiantian whined, frowning slightly. She opened her eyes and looked at me, a hint of coquettishness in her gaze. Sorry. I hurriedly adjusted the hairdryer's temperature and distance, feeling a bit guilty, but my eyes couldn't help but linger on Bai Tiantian's flushed cheeks. For a few extra seconds, Bai Tiantian just kept her head tilted back, looking into my eyes. Do you still want to sleep with me today? My eyes widened. No way, what is going on? You too, sis. Stop. Hold on a second. Looking at her expectant yet nervous eyes, it didn't seem like she was joking. I just slapped my hand over her face, covering her expression, looking utterly bewildered. Fang Yuan. What are you doing? With her face pressed by my hand, Bai Tiantian couldn't move for a moment, her hands flailing wildly. I felt the burning heat on her face, and quickly let go. Sorry, you idiot. Are you trying to suffocate me? Su Yaoyao walked in from outside. Seeing the two of us like this, she asked, what's going on here? Yao, this idiot is so infuriating. Bai Tiantian glared at me, puffing her cheeks, her face turning even redder, from anger and embarrassment. I was just blow-drying Bai Tiantian's hair. I didn't do anything else, I said in a panic. All right, Fang Yuan. I'll help Tiantian dry her hair. Su Yaoyao gave me a gentle smile. I'll leave it to you then. I breathed a sigh of relief. Yaoyao, you're the best. Bai Tiantian nuzzled against Su Yaoyao, then snapped at me. Coward. I couldn't really say anything to that, so I slinked off to take a shower. Staring blankly at the shower head, I felt like today was a total mess. I don't know what kind of crazy pills those two campus belles took, but they both wanted to sleep with me. Tang Nana I could understand, but Bai Tiantian is a real piece of work. She's way too hard to please. Out of the other three, besides Su Yaoyao, none of them are normal either. Healing Ling goes without saying. She's just plain malicious, always wanting to see me suffer. Su Jingjing is always ready to chop someone up at the drop of a hat. Good thing she's not too bright and easy to fool. Speaking of Su Jingjing, come to think of it, according to the drawing lot's order today, I'm supposed to sleep with her. Looks like I'll have to be careful when sleeping tonight. She's one of Long Aoshin's subordinates, after all. Better keep a low profile. Come to think of it, what exactly was that in the storage room this afternoon? That voice that inexplicably appeared in my head. Something about a reincarnator saving the world. Even though I treated it as pure nonsense, Long Aoshin is definitely, undeniably different from before. And the weird thing is, ever since I had the thought of making him disappear, that voice really vanished immediately. It hasn't appeared since. No matter how I look at it, it must have been a dream, right? Shaking my head, I finished my shower and went back to the room, only to find everyone was already in bed. Bai Tiantian had wrapped herself in her blanket again, making little grumbling noises. Tang Nana didn't even bat an eyelid. When she saw me come in, I guess I'll just stick to the order and sleep with Su Jingjing. At this moment, Su Jingjing was intently observing a pill. She didn't notice me at all. I actually thought this pill looked a bit like the invincible diarrhea pill I used today, so I asked curiously. Su Jingjing was startled by me, and the pill almost fell to the ground. Why did you scare me like that? Su Jingjing said somewhat angrily, then carefully checked the pill's wax seal to see if it was damaged. Sorry, I didn't mean to. This is very precious. It takes several months of my allowance to buy just one. Su Jingjing protected it like a treasure, holding the pill in the palm of her hand. It looks pretty ordinary to me. What do you know? The most important thing in cultivation is ouch. Just as Su Jingjing was about to stand up to give me, a layman, a proper lecture on the pill's effects, she bumped her head hard against the bed frame and fell straight back onto the bed. Ah, to be young. Falling asleep the moment your head hits the pillow. Watching Su Jingjing fall flat on her back, I rubbed my forehead inside. My 6-flavor Emperor pill. Su Jingjing clutched the large bump on her head and quickly got out of bed to look for it. Ah, to be young. Falling asleep the moment your head hits the pillow. Watching Su Jingjing fall flat on her back, I rubbed my forehead inside. My 6-flavor Romania pill. Su Jingjing clutched the large bump on her head and quickly got out of bed to look for it. Hey, I caught it. Pretty awesome, right? I smugly held out my hand. Oh, thank goodness. You scared me to death. Su Jingjing looked at me excitedly. I opened my palm. Su Jingjing leaned her head in, only to find that the 6-flavor Romania pill had shattered into several pieces. The smile on her face instantly froze. I didn't expect this to happen. The light had completely left Su Jingjing's eyes. She stood there blankly, as if her soul had been sucked out of her body. How about I compensate you for it? No need. Su Jingjing gritted her teeth, as if making some sort of resolution. What are you going to do? Su Jingjing didn't answer me. Instead, she sat cross-legged on the bed. I originally wanted to save it for my next cultivation session, but since it's already like this, I can't let it go to waste. I should really just buy you another one. Cut the crap and give me the pill. I obediently handed the fragments of the 6-flavor Romania pill over to Su Jingjing. How about I go sleep with someone else tonight? It wouldn't be good if I disturbed you later. No need. Just sleep. I won't break the rules. After Su Jingjing said that, she popped the 6-flavor Romania pill into her mouth and began to circulate her energy and regulate her breathing. As a layman, I couldn't understand what she was doing. Seeing that everyone else was asleep, I carried my blanket over to Su Jingjing's bed and got ready to sleep too. This was my first time seeing a ninja or someone like that in the middle of cultivation. I found it incredibly fascinating, so I started observing her closely. I stared unblinkingly at Su Jingjing. Fine beads of sweat gradually formed on her forehead. The sweat rolled down her fair cheeks, slid past her slender neck, and disappeared into the faintly visible cleavage at her neckline. Su Jingjing's eyes were shut tight, her hands forming complex hand seals. Her perky rear and full chest heaved up and down with the surge of her aura. Her clothes were soaked in sweat, clinging tightly to her body, putting her graceful curves on full display. Su Jingjing's body trembled slightly. She bit her lips tightly, her expression resolute and determined. My eyes were glued to her. I unconsciously leaned in a bit closer, my breathing growing heavy. Right at that moment, Su Jingjing suddenly opened her eyes and glared at me. What are you doing? Stay away from me. Su Jingjing scolded in a low voice. I quickly shrank back and laughed awkwardly. Sorry, I was just curious. Su Jingjing rolled her eyes at me and closed her eyes to continue cultivating. I didn't dare move recklessly again, obediently lying to the side. Is this what ninja cultivation is like? It's so boring. It's either forming hand seals or chanting mantras. After staring at Su Jingjing for a little while longer, my eyelids started getting heavy. Before long, I fell asleep. In my days, I had a dream. I dreamt I was leisurely sunbathing on a beach, drinking red wine. Behind me, Su Yaoyao and He Lingling were massaging my shoulders and pounding my back. Su Jingjing stood to the side, fanning me with a giant banana leaf. Bai Tiantian was on the other side, holding a plate of fruit and feeding it to me. And Tang Nana had her arms around me, thoughtfully providing a facial massage service. Just as I was enjoying the service of the 5 campus bells, humming in pure comfort, I watched in horror as the 5 of them suddenly melted into a puddle of water. Then I realized the surrounding temperature was suddenly rising. The sun was getting bigger and bigger, and rapidly approaching me. The blinding white light felt like it was going to blind me. The temperature kept climbing. I felt like I was about to be roasted alive. So hot. It's so hot. I can't take it anymore. Why is it so hot? Jolted awake from the nightmare, I sat up abruptly in bed. I felt like there was a fireball right next to me. But when I turned my head, I was instantly dumbfounded with shock. Su Jingjing's legs were still crossed, but her upper body had collapsed onto the bed. What was even more terrifying was that her entire body was radiating an astonishing amount of heat, and her skin was frighteningly red. Holy crap, something was obviously very wrong. I tentatively poked Su Jingjing's face with my finger and instantly pulled it back. It's too fucking hot. Damn it. Is this the legendary chi deviation? A life is at stake here. Maybe I should call an ambulance first. No, ordinary doctors probably can't do anything about chi deviation caused by cultivation, right? I hesitated for a moment, then decided to wake the others up for help first. Host, she is not experiencing chi deviation. Motherfucker, it's you. I instantly recognized that it was that damn system from this afternoon, so I cursed at it in my mind. Dear, did you miss me? To my shock, this system could actually hear my inner thoughts. Miss my ass. Did you do this? I angrily questioned the system in my mind. To think the host would think of me like that. I'm truly heartbroken. Sob, sob, sob. What the hell do you want? Don't be hasty, host. My existence is to help you solve problems. Fine. Then tell me, what's going on with Su Jingjing? It's simple. She bit off more than she could chew. What the hell? I fucking knew I shouldn't have trusted this thing. I felt like I was being played, and anger welled up inside me. Host, I haven't finished speaking. You might not know this, but this 6-flavor Romania pill is a highly potent supplement for ninja cultivation. If it's a supplement, why did she suddenly end up like this? This Su Jingjing must have used a 6-flavor Romania pill for cultivation not too long ago. The medicinal effects from the last time haven't been fully absorbed by her chakra yet, and she went ahead and took another one. This caused her chakra to, can you speak in a way I can understand? Nutrient overload, indigestion. Then how do I fix it? I can't just let her keep burning up like this. What if she explodes later? It's very simple, host. You just need to suck it out for her. Suck it out? That's right, I just checked. The 6-flavor Romania pill, because her body is currently unable to absorb it, is still lingering inside her mouth, undissolved. Host, you just need to suck it out. Isn't that just kissing? Rest assured, host. The 6-flavor Romania pill has absolutely no negative effects on an ordinary person without any chakra. On the contrary, it can even nourish the yin and tonify the kidneys, improves the reproductive system, boosts immunity, and so on. Wait, by suck it out, do you mean mouth to mouth? I asked, my voice rising in panic. Host, Isn't that obvious? If not mouth to mouth, how else are you going to suck it out? Damn it. What am I supposed to do? If it were anyone else, fine. But this is freaking Xu Jingjing. If I actually do this, she'll chop me into pieces and feed me to the dogs. If the host feels too embarrassed, that's fine too. Once Xu Jingjing's body temperature reaches 100 degrees Celsius, the Lu Wei Diwang pill will automatically degrade. How much? 100 degrees Celsius. Holy crap. She'd melt at that point. Damn it. So I have no choice but to save her. How much? 100 degrees Celsius? Holy crap. She'd melt at that point. Damn it, so I have no choice but to save her. What's worse is, Xu Jingjing's mind is still completely awake right now. She just can't speak or move her body. Just as I steeled myself and leaned in, I saw Xu Jingjing staring dead at me. Her gaze was murderous. I froze instantly, but I gritted my teeth, knowing saving her life was more important. I slowly leaned closer to Xu Jingjing and mumbled, "I'm not doing this on purpose, just bear with it. I'll suck the pill residue out, and you'll be fine." With that, I squeezed my eyes shut, pulled Xu Jingjing close, and kissed her without hesitation. Oh wait, I times her. At this moment, I could clearly feel Xu Jingjing's scorching breath. My heart felt like it was going to leap out of my throat. The moment my lips gently touched hers, a scalding, fiery sensation instantly surged through my entire body. Those soft lips seemed to hold endless magic. Meanwhile, the system kept barking orders. Host, use your tongue. Use your tongue. Many of her oral functions are paralyzed. You have to scrape all the medicine out yourself. Give her more saliva. That will trigger her mouth's instinctive swallowing reflex. The hot breath from Xu Jingjing's mouth washed over my face as if it were going to burn me up. Everything. Searching for that remaining Lu Wei Di Huang pill. That warm, moist sensation made my head spin. Host, if you're saving someone, just save them. Why are you groping her chest? If you can't do it, move aside. Let me do it. I accidentally brushed against the tip of Xu Jingjing's tongue. In that instant, it felt like an electric current shot through my entire body, making me tremble uncontrollably. But right now, I couldn't care less about that. I could only keep trying, my breathing growing heavier, desperately trying to find that remaining Lu Wei Di Huang pill. Finally, a warm liquid flowed into my mouth. I knew that was the Lu Wei Di Huang pill. After my frantic rescue efforts, tears of humiliation slid down from the corners of Xu Jingjing's eyes. After pulling away, I wiped the corner of my mouth. Feeling a bit embarrassed, I said, "Sorry about that. I'm just used to it. If I don't grope something, I feel like I don't know where to put my hands." Xu Jingjing was half dead from anger, but her body hadn't fully recovered yet, so she still couldn't move. I went to the bathroom to rinse my mouth, washing away the taste of the Lu Wei Di Huang pill. If anyone ever asks me in the future, what do girls' mouths taste like, they would never guess that I'd say, it tastes like Lu Wei Di Huang pills. Host, you've accomplished a monumental feat today. You if it weren't for you, would all this crap have happened? Host, how could you think that way? I at least helped you save someone, right? Yeah. But I just remembered she's Long Aotian's subordinate. I actually freaking saved Long Aotian's retainer. What good does that do me? Of course there are benefits. In light of your life-saving actions today, which have contributed positive energy to the green, healthy development of the world, we've decided to give you a reward. What? Like I need your reward? I got plenty of money. Why would I need you? What's this? 3 transparent cards suddenly appeared in front of me. 1. Rasengan Trial Card X1. 2. Flash Card X3. 3. A set of sexy lingerie. The first 2 look okay, but what the hell is this third one? How about it, host? Considering that, the active reincarnator this time is extremely powerful. This is a special newbie gift pack requested just for you. I don't want it. I refuse without a second thought. Host, these are crucial for your future battles against the reincarnator. Are you sure you want to refuse? Heh. I told you. I'm not going to save the world or whatever. Today was just to save a life. That's the only reason I had to ask for your help. But don't even think about manipulating me. Host, I'm not joking. If the world shuts down, then all the following my mental command. The system's voice abruptly cut off again. So that's how it works. A wicked smirk curled on my lips. As long as I don't want the system to appear, I just have to shut it down in my mind. Punk. Nobody can control me. I smugly returned to Xu Jingjing's bed. But the moment I lay down, Xu Jingjing rolled over and straddled me. I was instantly scared out of my wits. Wasn't she supposed to recover tomorrow? Xu Jingjing's long hair fell on my face. Her whole body was trembling. Her eyes filled with resentment and fury. She held a kunai in one hand. I could feel how weak she was right now. Xu Jingjing's body was soft and limp, completely devoid of strength. The next second, the kunai stabbed into the pillow right next to my head. From the sound of it, it must have pierced right through the bedboard. Scumbag. I felt 2 hot teardrops fall onto my face. Then, Xu Jingjing lost consciousness again, collapsing limply on top of me. Looking at Xu Jingjing sprawled across my chest, I was a bit at a loss. I tried to lift her arms and move her body away, but I realized the area on my chest where she was resting was completely soaked. I thought she was crying again, so I gently lifted her small face a bit. To my surprise, It was Xu Jingjing's drool. She had drooled a massive puddle all over my shirt, and her breathing was perfectly steady. Holy crap, she fell asleep that fast? Whatever, she must be exhausted. I gently pulled the blanket over us and placed my hands behind my head. Xu Jingjing's body was soft and not very heavy, so I just let her sleep on top of me. With the crow of a rooster, I opened my eyes. My arms were completely numb. It was probably from sleeping with my hands behind my head yesterday, cutting off the circulation. I felt like someone was staring at me. Turning my head, I found Su Yaoyao crouching by the bed, blinking her big eyes and watching curiously. Classmate Yaoyao, you're up really early. I usually wake up around this time, but classmate Jiang, I think I should be the one asking you that question. Su Yaoyao pointed at my body. I followed the direction of Su Yaoyao's finger, only to realize that Xu Jingjing was still clinging to me like an octopus, tightly plastered against my body. Her legs were wrapped around my waist, and one hand was resting on my chest. My face instantly flushed beet red with embarrassment. I frantically tried to push Xu Jingjing off, but not only did she not let go, she even nuzzled deeper into my embrace. If I said I was doing this to save a life, would you believe me? Classmate Fang, can I ask you a question? What? I don't look like an idiot, do I? Couldn't you come up with a better excuse? It's really complicated to explain. Anyway, she actually climbed up here herself. I struggled to sit up, but Xu Jingjing was still hanging on to me, looking exactly like a koala. I had no choice but to pat Xu Jingjing's back to wake her up. Xu Jingjing's body squirmed a bit, and she slowly lifted her head from my chest. She rubbed her eyes. Classmate Jingjing, it's already morning. Xu Jingjing clearly wasn't fully awake yet, staring at me with a blank expression, but she quickly realized she was straddling me. Everything that happened last night gradually surfaced in her mind. Why you? Xu Jingjing pointed at my nose, her voice trembling. I quickly grabbed her finger, winking at her frantically, trying to remind her that Su Yaoyao was watching right next to us. Only then did Xu Jingjing notice Su Yaoyao crouching by the bed, watching the two of us. Why Yaoyao? Sister Yaoyao. Xu Jingjing's face turned completely red. It's okay, Jingjing. I won't say anything, and I won't tell anyone else. Su Yaoyao pinched Xu Jingjing's cheek. It's okay. Jingjing, I won't say anything, and I won't tell anyone else. Su Yaoyao pinched Su Jingjing's cheek. No, I didn't, Sister Yaoyao. Xu Jingjing's brain was completely short-circuiting. She couldn't squeeze out a single coherent sentence. In her panic, she chopped Su Yaoyao right on the back of the neck. Su Yaoyao instantly passed out. What are you doing? I jumped in shock. I didn't mean to. I just didn't know what to say. That doesn't mean you can just knock her out. Hurry up and get off me first. This is all because of you, you scumbag. Xu Jingjing hurriedly scrambled off me. I quickly got out of bed and carefully supported Su Yaoyao's body. Xu Jingjing stood blankly to the side, her head lowered like a child who had made a mistake. Fortunately, Su Yaoyao woke up shortly after. She sat up on the bed. What happened to me? Just as Xu Jingjing was about to speak, I beat her to the punch. Oh man, you suddenly fainted by Xu Jingjing's bed just now. It must be low blood sugar. Xu Jingjing nodded repeatedly, handing a cup of hot water to Su Yaoyao. Su Yaoyao took the cup and took a sip. I remember now. Just now, I think I saw you two on the bed. Sleeping in each other's arms. No way. You definitely hallucinated from low blood sugar. Otherwise, you wouldn't have suddenly passed out. Su Yaoyao patted her head, but her mind was still a bit fuzzy. Was it really a hallucination? How about this? I'll go buy some breakfast. Skipping breakfast is what causes low blood sugar. Classmate Yaoyao, what do you want to eat? I'll bring it back for you. That's too much trouble for you. Oh, it's no big deal. Tell you what, since I'm free anyway, I'll just buy breakfast for everyone. Then I'll have to trouble you, classmate Fang. Just get whatever looks good. I'm not a picky eater. I'll go too. Xu Jingjing raised her hand. Classmate Jingjing, you can just wait here for me to get back. Cold sweat broke out on my forehead. No, I want to go. Left with no choice, I had to take Xu Jingjing out with me. Walking in front, I was panicking hard. I couldn't shake the feeling that Xu Jingjing might stab me to death at any moment. When we reached the stairwell, Xu Jingjing glared at me coldly, her fists clenched tight. I swallowed nervously, terrified to the extreme. But fortunately, Xu Jingjing didn't make a move. Xu Jingjing really wanted to kill me, but ironically, I was the one who saved her. Plus, I was her young master's secret partner. But she was still so pissed. Not only did I grope her chest, I even kissed her in such a shameful way, even though it actually felt pretty good. But her body and soul belonged to the Long family. Now, she had been defiled by a scumbag like me. For a ninja, this was an absolute disgrace. Walking side by side with Xu Jingjing on the way to buy breakfast, the atmosphere was awkward and heavy. Xu Jingjing bit her lip, shooting me a vicious glare every now and then. Damn it. What's her problem? I'm the one who saved your life, you know. It's bad enough you don't have a single word of thanks, but you're looking at me like I owe you $8 million. So what if I kissed and groped you? I enjoyed the kiss, and I enjoyed the grope. So what if you're a ninja? So what if your martial arts are top tier? If I get the chance, I'll kiss and grope you again. Looking at her attitude, I inexplicably felt a surge of anger myself. I grumbled inwardly. Whatever. This Xu Jingjing has some serious Chunabu syndrome. Her brain is already messed up. I won't stoop to her level. This was my first time buying breakfast at school. The food here obviously couldn't compare to the extravagant morning banquets at the Fang estate. I didn't know what to buy, so I just grabbed some random steamed buns, fried dough sticks, and stuff like that. I also bought some porridge while I was at it. I turned my head and saw Shu Jingjing staring intently at the rice noodle roll machine nearby. I leaned in and asked, "If you want to eat this, just tell me. I'll buy it myself." "Boss, I want 5 portions of this." "All right. That'll be 75 in total. Then I'll just take 1 portion," Shu Jingjing said hastily. "Boss, make her 10 portions. It's fine, it's fine. She has a big appetite." I carried 2 large bags of breakfast all by myself and returned to the dorm. As for Su Jingjing, right when she was halfway through eating, she got a call from Long Aocean and left in a hurry. The moment I walked through the door, Bai Tiantian skipped over to me. "Whoa, Fang Yuan. I didn't expect you to actually go buy breakfast for us. I woke up early today, so I went out and bought some." I placed the breakfast on the table and said with a smile, "These buns smell so good." "Not bad, little Fang Yuan. This lady forgives you." Bai Tiantian didn't hold back at all, reaching out to grab a bun and stuffing it into her mouth. The others were already up as well. He Lingling bumped my shoulder. "Oh, guess you have a conscience after all. Thanks for the hard work, classmate Fang." Su Yaoyao gave me a smile. "It's nothing. It's nothing." Tang Nana, however, stood coldly to the side. "Sister Nana, come try some too. It's super delicious." "No thanks, take your time eating," Tang Nana said flatly. Then she picked up her bag, shot me a glance, and walked right out the door. Is Tang Nana still mad at me? I found it a bit strange. "By the way, where's Jingjing? Didn't Sister Yaoyao say you two went out together? Why did you come back alone?" Bai Tiantian asked after taking another sip of porridge. "Her? She got a call and said she had something to take care of." "I see. By the way, there are no classes today since it's Saturday. Does anyone have any plans? The student council has to inspect club registrations today. I have to go help out. I have to report to the club today anyway, so I'll just go with Tiantian." He Lingling answered as well. "As for me, I'll just stay in the dorm and watch a couple of elective lectures." Su Yaoyao thought for a moment before answering. It seemed like everyone was pretty busy. I seemed to be the only one with nothing to do. "How about it? Want to come check out the clubs with us?" He Lingling asked me with a smile. "Yeah. It's super fun over there. You haven't been there yet, right?" Bai Tiantian also looked at me expectantly. "Sure, I'll go take a look." Since I didn't have anything else to do anyway, there was no reason to refuse. Inside a black stretch luxury sedan, Long Aotian sat in the back, communicating with his system. I feel like this Bai Tiantian is a bit tough to handle. I think I should start with the other 3 campus bells first." "Of course, no problem. Host, you just need to successfully conquer these 4 campus bells. The order doesn't have to be fixed." Man, being a rich kid feels so freaking good. "Look at this car. It's gotta be worth tens of millions at least." Long Aotian marveled, while stroking the car's leather seats. "That is only natural. As long as you complete the mission, host, you can also possess this kind of wealth in your own world." "Wealth? Huh? I'm actually not interested in money." Saying that, Long Aotian opened a bottle of 82 Lafite and took a huge gulp. "Ha ha ha ha. Refreshing. So refreshing. This stuff is way better than iced tea." "Host, regarding that Fang Yuan's identity, the database has found the information. Do you want to hear it now?" "Spit it out. That punk made me lose all face yesterday. I want to see. What gives this kid the right to have Bai Tiantian sit with him?" According to the original owner's memories, Fang Yuan is the eldest son of the Fang Group, one of the largest leading enterprises in Jiangcheng. He had met the original owner a few times before. At the same time, he is also the original owners. "The original owners what?" Hearing the system pause, Long Aotian asked curiously. "Secret crush." Long Aotian almost spat out the red wine in his mouth. "Secret crush? Are you kidding me?" There is no mistake. The original owner was a homosexual, and he had even secretly confessed his feelings to Fang Yuan. Long Aotian felt his world spinning for a moment. What the hell is all this? I actually reincarnated into the body of a damn gay guy? Sigh. Let's not talk about that for now. So that means this Fang Yuan is just an ordinary rich kid, right? Long Aotian forced himself to calm down. That is correct, host. The Fang family's net worth is only about 1/200th of the Long family's. Then this is easy. He's just a mere rich kid. I've got way more money than you. Looks like this Bai Tiantian woman won't be too hard to conquer either. Doesn't she just like rich guys? Money is the one thing I'm definitely not lacking right now. I refuse to believe I can't win you over. Suddenly, there was a loud bang times on the roof of the car. It sounded like something had landed on top of it. What's going on? Long Aotian frowned. Young master, it seems to be a person. The driver opened the partition window and said. Long Aotian quickly got out of the car to check the situation. My car. Long Aotian saw that the car's roof had been completely caved in. He heartbreakingly touched the deformed car window. Su Jingjing sat on the roof, clutching her head, and shakily climbed to her feet. Her eyes lit up when she saw Long Aotian. Young master, your servant has come to escort you back to school. Escort my ass. You idiot. Look at what you've done to my car. Long Aotian jumped up and down, cursing furiously. I'm sorry, young master. Jingjing wanted to see you quickly, so I used the flying thunder god technique, but I accidentally fell. Didn't I tell you to use less ninjutsu? Damn it, use your brain for once, will you? Stop thinking about fighting and killing all day. Looking at Xu Jingjing, who had her head lowered and didn't dare to meet his eyes, and remembering that he still had to rely on her power to conquer the campus bells, his tone softened a bit. Alright, I'm not blaming you. We're in the suburbs right now. You smashed the car, so how are we supposed to get back to school? Young master. Wait a moment. Xu Jingjing suddenly remembered something, and with a body flicker, she dashed into the nearby wheat field. Long Aochin and the driver squatted by the side of the road, smoking. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. What a moron. Why did the family send such a stupid woman to protect me? Just as Long Aotian stood up, he heard a loud rumbling sound. He turned around and saw the back of a tractor, backing up toward him. Just as Long Aotian was about to dodge, stepped on a banana peel from out of nowhere, slipped and fell right on his ass, and then got pushed by the back of a tractor, straight into a cesspit on the side of the road. Xu Jingjing jumped down from the tractor. Young master, I found a ride. Huh? Where did the young master go? Xu Jingjing looked around but couldn't find Long Aotian anywhere, so she turned to look at the driver. The driver was completely dumbfounded. Sitting on the ground, he raised a trembling finger and pointed at the cesspit. He Ling Ling's whip kick viciously struck a guy's arm. Even though he was wearing protective gear, he still cried out in pain. Ouch. Didn't you say you had some training? He Ling Ling, the campus belle, smiled at the guy. You hit way too hard. He grimaced in pain, unable to get up for a long time. The crowd watching was absolutely stunned. If you want to be my boyfriend, you at least have to beat me in a fight first. He Ling Ling shook her head in disappointment. Little Yuanzi, take this. On the other side, Bai Tiantian jumped up for a powerful strike, hoping to kick me right in the butt. I dodged to the side, my eyes still fixed on He Ling Ling and the commotion over there. Bai Tiantian's ultimate move missed completely, and she landed hard on her own butt. Ouch! Damn you, Fang Yuan. Why did you dodge? Bai Tiantian rubbed her sore butt, yelling at me in dissatisfaction. I'm not stupid. Why wouldn't I dodge? You think I'd just stand there and let you kick me? I reached out and pulled Bai Tiantian up from the ground. Why don't you go give it a try? After Bai Tiantian stood up, she noticed I was staring over there. Forget it. I've never learned Taekwondo. I waved my hand. Go on. If you win, you get to be Ling Ling's boyfriend. Although the reward is very tempting, I really don't know how to fight. Sister Ling Ling, little Yuanzi wants to challenge you one-on-one. Bai Tiantian shouted at the top of her lungs, loving the drama. Hey. Bai Tiantian, what are you doing? What's wrong? Weren't you so eager to bully me just now? Why are you chickening out now that it's Sister Ling Ling? Bai Tiantian stood on her tiptoes, looking into my eyes with his smug expression. Fang Yuan, you've got a lot of nerve, huh? He Ling Ling raised an eyebrow, crossing her arms over her chest, suddenly looking very interested. Hey, Ling Ling, don't listen to her nonsense. I waved my hands with an awkward laugh, but Bai Tiantian wouldn't let it go, pushing me forward. Don't be a coward, little Yuanzi. You're a grown man, what are you afraid of? Yeah. Don't chicken out. The vice president is a second-degree black belt. There's no shame in losing. When the other club members saw that there was a new challenger, they immediately started cheering and jeering. Suddenly, I was riding a tiger and couldn't get off. I knew I had no choice but to fight now. So I took the initiative and bowed to He Ling Ling. I'll do my best. At least you're acting like a man. Perfect time to get payback for what happened in the restroom a couple of days ago. He Ling Ling briskly tossed me a set of protective gear. I won't be needing this. I'm not really used to wearing this stuff. Are you sure? If you get hurt, don't blame me for it. He Ling Ling frowned slightly. Hey, you better put it on. Sister Ling Ling never goes easy on guys. Bai Tiantian tugged at the corner of my shirt. Why didn't you think of this when you threw me under the bus just now? All right, I'll be careful. I gave her a reassuring look. After bowing to each other, we both got into our stances. Even people from other clubs ran over to watch the commotion. He Ling Ling let out a cold sneer. This Fang Yuan is way too arrogant. He clearly doesn't know anything. Yet he's taking an offensive stance. His waist and abdomen are completely wide open. The guy lying on the ground shook his head in sympathy and scooted to the side, making room for me to fall. I thought, begin. After a club member shouted, he quickly ran out of the way. He Ling Ling let out a sharp cry and immediately launched a front kick right at my torso. I didn't block it head on, but sidestepped to dodge the strike. As if anticipating my move, He Ling Ling followed up with a spinning hook kick aimed straight at my head. I reacted a bit hastily, and her foot brushed right past my ear. Holy crap, this girl is actually going for the kill. I felt like if I had been a second slower, I would have gotten a concussion. I quickly backed away to create some distance, keeping my fists up to guard my head, taking on a standard kickboxing stance. He Ling Ling was unfazed, continuing to suppress me with her fierce kicks. I used my arms to block, quickly closing the distance between us, and threw a punch straight at her face. But He Ling Ling wasn't going to let me succeed that easily. She hopped back to create space, while simultaneously launching another front kick at my stomach. I crossed my arms to take the kick head on, but the powerful impact left my arms completely numb. Bai Tiantian craned her neck, watching me with a worried expression. She seemed to regret throwing me into the ring. Is that all you've got? He Ling Ling taunted. Your taekwondo rules are too restrictive. I shook out my numb arms and said calmly, all right then, we can fight however you want. Today, I'll make you accept your defeat wholeheartedly. He Ling Ling launched another attack, a lightning-fast side kick aimed right at my chest. I immediately dropped into a half squat, raised one leg, and formed a high-low guard. Wing Chun Fang Yuan, I announced slowly. What the hell? Everyone present stared with wide eyes. He Lingling also froze in her tracks. The guy lying on the ground even sat up. No way, bro. You actually know martial arts. Seeing that I had bluffed He Lingling, I took the opportunity to sweep her legs. He Lingling couldn't dodge in time, stumbled, and almost fell over. Feeling a bit humiliated and angry, she executed a fierce axe kick. It came whistling through the air, aiming straight for my head. Seeing that she had taken the bait, I dodged to the side, suddenly reached out and grabbed her arm, and pulled hard. He Lingling lost her balance and lunged forward. I could have easily thrown her to the ground, but instead, I just gently caught her. After she steadied herself, her face showed a mix of surprise and frustration. Bai Tiantian hadn't expected that I would actually beat He Lingling. Her mouth hung wide open, speechless. But He Lingling suddenly attacked again, unleashing a flurry of roundhouse and side kicks. The crowd exchanged nervous glances. Anyone with eyes could see that she had lost, but it was their first time seeing He Lingling this angry, so no one dared to make a sound. I had no choice but to block her attacks again. Spotting an opening in her strikes, I feinted, then used a shoulder throw to take her down. He Lingling hit the ground hard. Her chest heaved violently as she gasped for air. Sweat rolled down her forehead, dampening her bangs. A few strands of hair clung to her pale cheeks, making her look a bit disheveled. Lingling, are you okay? I reached out a hand to help her up, but she didn't react. She just stared at me blankly. The people around us suddenly grew tense, rushing over to check on her. Vice President, are you alright? Campus Belle. Are you hurt? I'm fine. He Lingling had regained her composure. She pushed the crowd aside. Fang Yuan, you hit way too hard. You have absolutely no gentlemanly manners. Yeah, exactly. That was way out of line. A few girls started pointing fingers and scolding me. Sorry about that. I didn't control my strength well enough. I looked at He Lingling with an apologetic expression. Shut up. He Lingling glared sharply at the girls who had spoken up. They instantly zipped their lips, but still glared at me furiously. You win. He Lingling stood in front of me, looking down as she took off her protective gear. No, I just got lucky. If we were strictly doing taekwondo, I definitely wouldn't be a match for you, I quickly added, secretly hoping she wasn't mad. Now, I'm yours. He Lingling looked up, cupped my face in her hands, and smiled. Huh? Now I'm yours, she repeated. I was completely dumbfounded by her sudden words. The people around us also widened their eyes, and the room erupted in an uproar. Sister Lingling, what are you saying? Bai Tiantian was the first to cry out, unable to hold back. He Lingling ignored Bai Tiantian, her gaze fixed firmly on me. As she said once more, I said, from now on, I'm yours. What do you mean you're mine? I asked, stammering. What do you think? He Lingling wrapped her arms around my neck, staring intently into my eyes. 3, 2, 1. Alright, Fang Yuan doesn't agree to be with me. Well, that's that. Everyone disperse. While I was still in a daze, He Lingling sprang up like a coiled spring and quickly announced to the crowd, her expression completely normal, as if nothing had happened. Did I just miss something? Sister Lingling, you scared me to death. I thought you were actually being serious. Bai Tiantian let out a long sigh of relief. I never said I wasn't being serious. He Lingling stretched lazily. Well then, Lingling, what you just said has expired. Sister Lingling, we're leaving now. We still have to inspect the other clubs. Bai Tiantian grabbed my arm and dragged me out of the taekwondo club. Whoa, Tiantian, slow down. Why are we in such a rush? I was forced into a light jog as she pulled me along. It wasn't until we were a good distance away from the club that Bai Tiantian finally let go. Himph. If I hadn't dragged you away, you would have actually said yes. Would that be a problem? I asked, confused. Hearing my question, Bai Tiantian froze for a moment. Yeah, what was the problem with that? It didn't really have anything to do with her, did it? She hadn't thought that much about it at the time. She just felt an inexplicable sense of discomfort in her chest and had dragged me away purely on instinct. Of course, it's a problem. Sister Lingling is so amazing and such a gorgeous beauty with a great figure. If she got together with a huge pervert like you, who knows how you'd bully her? Bai Tiantian poked her index fingers together, her cheeks flushed red as she spoke. I think you have some sort of misunderstanding about me, I said helplessly. I don't care. Anyway, I do not approve of this union. I continued following Bai Tiantian to inspect the club registrations. By the time we finished, it was already evening. I'm exhausted. Is the student council's disciplinary department really just you? I grabbed a bottle of plum green tea from the vending machine and handed it to Bai Tiantian. No way, it just happened to be my shift today. There was supposed to be a senior girl with me, but she took the day off. Bai Tiantian took the green tea and gave it a shake. But you did a pretty good job today. It was alright, I didn't really help much. Little Yuanzi, why don't you join the student council too? I think you're quite capable. Bai Tiantian turned to me with a hopeful look. No, I rejected her without a second thought. Even though getting along with Bai Tiantian wasn't as tense as before, I had just offended Xu Jingjing. Not to mention, the student council had a massive troublemaker, Long Aotian. If what that system said was true, then Long Aotian must be extremely dangerous, saving the world. I had no desire to wade into those muddy waters. Therefore, the best choice was to stay as far away from him as possible. Who cares what he's trying to do? My own little life is what matters most. Why not? The student council really isn't as exhausting as you think. Bai Tiantian tried to persuade me further. Just then, a loud commotion erupted at the school gates. It sounded like someone was in a heated argument. A tractor was parked horizontally right in front of a Bentley. Two people were standing in front of the cars, cursing fiercely at each other. Ji Boxiao marched right up to Long Aochin, pointed at his nose, and started blasting him. Are you fucking blind? Can't you see the car? Do you have any idea how much this car costs? If you scratch even a little paint off, selling your ass wouldn't cover the damages. Long Aotian stared coldly at Ji Boxiao. It's just a piece of junk car. How much could it possibly be worth? If you don't want to fucking die, get out of my way. Oh ho! You're pretty arrogant, aren't you? You've got some fucking balls. Just as Ji Boxiao was about to continue cursing, he suddenly noticed a strange smell. Holy shit, what the hell is wrong with you? Why do you stink so much? Did you fall into a cesspit or something? Long Aotian's mouth twitched. He thought to himself, is this guy a part-time fortune teller? Walking out of the school gates, I looked up at the man across from me. Holy crap. Seeing Long Aotian's outfit, I couldn't help but give him a mental thumbs up. Professional. Absolutely professional. As expected of a reincarnator, this guy had somehow found a full set of cheap street stall clothes, was driving a beat-up tractor, and his shoes even had holes in the toes. This is exactly how it has to be at the beginning. You have to look as unremarkable as humanly possible, so that everyone looks down on you and insults you with the nastiest words imaginable. And then, you suddenly reveal your identity as the young master of the Long family, shocking everyone present, making the crowd see you in a whole new light, forcing those who humiliated you to kneel and bow in submission, and making the beautiful onlookers secretly fall in love with you. TSK, TSK, TSK. What does it mean to be rich? This is what it means to be truly rich, dressing entirely based on personal preference and flexing invisibly. Ji Boxiao saw me coming and burst out laughing. You little shit, my bro is here. Do you have any fucking idea who my bro is? Fang Yuan, hold on a sec. I'll take care of this dumbass right now. As I got closer, I noticed the smell was off. I took a deep sniff, inhaling sharply right up to my brain. I inhaled too hard. It hit me like a truck. A wave of dizziness washed over me, and I grabbed my forehead, taking a step back. Ji Boxiao quickly supported me. Bro, are you okay? I seriously suspect this guy fell into a cesspit. I regained a bit of my senses, looked at Long Aochin, and said, Brother Adian, take some advice from a friend. Change your cologne brand. This scent is way too overpowering. Long Aochin pondered inwardly. I was washed by the heavy rain for so long, and even bought clean clothes on the side of the road. I can't believe I still smell. No, I can't face those campus bells like this. I need to go clean myself up. Just then, a passerby scrolling through short videos played a news broadcast out loud. Today, a meteorological marvel appeared in the skies above our city. The entire downtown area was clear and sunny, except for a single dark cloud that continuously poured heavy rain. Furthermore, the trajectory of this cloud was quite fascinating. It actually started from a septic tank in the suburbs and moved along the highway all the way to the city before dissipating, and its speed was exactly like the driving speed of a tractor. Many citizens took photos to record this bizarre phenomenon. Everyone simultaneously turned to look at Long Aochin. Long Aochin's mouth twitched. How interesting. To think there's a cloud like that. Isn't that weird? Weird. Absolutely bizarre. Who's ever heard of a cloud like that? Seeing him completely soaked, no one dared to point out the obvious. Su Jingjing vaulted down from the tractor, leaned into Long Aochin's ear, and reminded him, Young master, did you forget? When you fell into the cesspit earlier, I used water release to wash you off the whole way here. Ha ha ha. You actually fell into a cesspit. Ha ha ha. Hearing the first half of her sentence, Ji Boxiao pointed at Long Aochin, laughing so hard he couldn't catch his breath. Long Aotian's expression instantly turned as ugly as if he had eaten dog shit. Bai Tiantian walked up beside me and asked in a low voice, What's going on here? Jingjing and Long Aochin are here too. Fang Yuan, is this beauty your girlfriend? She's so fucking gorgeous. Ji Boxiao had never seen her before. Bai Tiantian looked at me in surprise. Hearing this, Bai Tiantian's face immediately turned red, and she lowered her head, staying silent. I quickly clarified, She's from the student council. Stop making wild guesses. That's right. Bai Tiantian is a member of our student council. You guys can leave now. Long Aotian stepped forward, blocking Bai Tiantian, and said with a smug look, Tiantian, you've worked hard on your shift today. Since we're here, why don't we go grab a bite to eat together? From behind, Bai Tiantian shoved Long Aotian away. You need to go find a place to take a shower right now. You seriously smell like you just crawled out of a cesspit. You stink so much, I don't know what you're out here trying to show off for. He literally did crawl out of a cesspit. Ji Boxiao chimed in from the side. Tian, don't listen to their nonsense. I just ran into a little accident on the way here. Just go take a shower first, okay? But nothing. You reek. It's absolutely disgusting. Fang Yuan and I still have things to do. Go stand somewhere else. I felt like I was going to cough up blood. Long Aochin also realized that the stench on his body right now was indeed unbearable. He had no choice but to dejectedly climb back onto the tractor and putter away. Su Jingjing stood frozen for a moment before reacting, sprinting after the back of the tractor. Young master, I haven't gotten on yet. Young master, you idiot. Ji Boxiao flipped two middle fingers at Long Aodian's retreating back, then turned around and stared at Bai Tiantian. Holy crap. Ji Boxiao's eyes were practically glowing. Bai Tiantian felt that this guy's expression was a bit perverted and instinctively hid behind me. Look, I sneaked my dad's car out today. Since Campus Bell Bai is here too, how about I take you guys for a spin? Ji Boxiao said to the two of us. Just as I was about to agree, Bai Tiantian tugged at my sleeve from behind. Ah, maybe next time. It's getting late today. Alright, I'll head out first then. Ji Boxiao patted my shoulder and whispered, send me Campus Bell Bai's WeChat when you get back. Don't make me beg you. With that, Ji Boxiao hopped into his car and roared off with a stomp on the gas. Tiantian, don't mind him. Even though Ji Boxiao can't walk straight when he sees a pretty girl, he's still a very loyal friend. I smiled awkwardly. Sure enough, a pervert's friends are all perverts. Bai Tiantian pouted. Hey, I'm leaving. Bai Tiantian lifted her head again. Huh? Leaving? Yeah, I'm leaving. You're going to never see me again. But you're still so young. I'm going home. I'm not going back to the dorms today. Bai Tiantian playfully hit my chest. Just then, a motorcycle sped out from the school, braking sharply right in front of Bai Tiantian and me. The rider took off her helmet, revealing herself to be He Lingling. Fang Yuan, hold on a second. I need to tell you something. He Lingling glanced at Bai Tiantian, a subtle glint flashing in her eyes. Bai Tiantian suddenly linked her arm through mine, looking a bit nervous. Fang Yuan was just about to walk me home. Sister Lingling, when did I right, yeah. Bai Tiantian pinched my arm hard. Oh my, Tiantian, don't worry. Big sister isn't going to steal your man. He Lingling smiled, watching Bai Tiantian and me with a knowing, half-amused look. That single sentence from He Lingling made Bai Tiantian's face instantly turn beet red. Sister Lingling, what are you saying? Yeah, I also found myself a bit tongue-tied for a moment. He Lingling hung her helmet on the handlebars, crossed her arms over her chest, and said, all right, I'll stop teasing you guys. Fang Yuan, I just wanted to ask you, where did you learn that Wing Chun? I scratched my head and said, I just figured it out myself. Just practice it casually. He Lingling rolled her eyes at me. Do you think I'm a 3-year-old? You think you can get those skills just by practicing casually? Bai Tiantian chimed in from the side. Sister Lingling, just ignore him. Maybe he just got lucky. He Lingling continued to stare at me. If you don't tell the truth, don't expect me to let you off the hook in the future, I said helplessly. It's really nothing. I just followed an old master in my family back in the day and learned a few moves. What kind of old master? He Lingling's eyes lit up. She continued asking. Just an old master surnamed Yi. He's been with our Fang family for many years. Seems like he has some connection to my grandpa. Is that so? He Lingling thought for a moment. It seemed this wasn't the answer she had been expecting. Thanks anyway. After saying that, He Lingling put on her helmet. I'm leaving. You two can keep being all lovey-dovey. Sister Lingling. Watching He Lingling ride away, Bai Tiantian finally let go of my arm. So He Lingling isn't staying in the dorm today either? I asked curiously. Yeah, it seems like on weekends, except for Sister Yao Yao. Everyone else has things to do. Bai Tiantian thought for a moment. Speaking of which, aren't you going back? I've only been here for 2 days. There's no need for me to go back, I replied. Besides, I finally got my freedom. I don't want to go back to that depressing home. Great, just great. Now Sister Lingling has misunderstood. Bai Tiantian remembered what Lingling just said, and her small face instantly flushed red again. I shrugged. You can't blame me for that. Forget it. I'm the bigger person here, so I won't hold it against you. I really need to head home now. Bye-bye. Bai Tiantian waved at me, turned around, and walked toward a luxury car parked by the road. Bye. Wait a minute. Doesn't that mean today in the dorm, it'll just be me and Su Yao Yao? I suddenly realized. Standing at the dorm door, I felt a bit nervous. Even though it was the understanding and sweet Su Yao Yao, it was still going to be a guy and a girl alone together tonight. It was bound to be a little awkward. Just as I was about to turn the doorknob, I noticed the door was slightly ajar and unlocked. Hearty laughter echoed from inside, along with the sound of someone repeatedly smacking the desk. What's going on? Feeling a bit weirded out, I peeked through the crack in the door. The scene that greeted my eyes left me absolutely shell-shocked. Su Yao Yao was sitting in front of the computer screen, wrapped in an AC blanket. Her 2 long, pale legs were casually propped up on the desk, and she was hugging a KFC family bucket. She was aggressively gnawing on fried chicken, occasionally letting out bursts of wild laughter. The floor was littered with all kinds of snack wrappers, and even 2 pairs of white pantyhose tossed carelessly aside. This is Su Yao Yao. Am I seeing things? I accidentally slipped and bumped into the door, making a loud thud. Just leave the takeout at the door. Su Yao Yao poked her little head out from the blanket, mumbling with her mouth full. I looked incredibly awkward. Yao Yao, it's me. When Su Yao Yao saw who it was, she almost dropped the family bucket on the floor. She scrambled to her feet in a panic to cover herself up, her cheeks bulging like a hamster's. She frantically tried to fix her appearance, stuttering as she did. See, classmate Fang, didn't you go home? I scratched my head, trying my best to look natural. I'm not going back this week. Speaking of which, I thought I walked into the wrong dorm. Haha. Su Yao Yao's eyes widened, her face completely flushed. You saw everything? I smiled awkwardly. Not much. She bit her lip. Liar. You clearly saw everything, while the door wasn't closed. You're not allowed to tell anyone. Do you hear me? I nodded hastily. Don't worry, I won't say a word. Su Yaoyao suddenly grabbed me by the collar, staring dead into my eyes, as if trying to see right through me. I feel like I've seen this look somewhere before. Her sudden move startled me. I really won't tell anyone. You can trust me. But Su Yaoyao didn't let go. Instead, her grip tightened. Swear it. Swear you'll never tell anyone. I helplessly raised my hand to swear. I swear, I absolutely won't tell a soul. Only then did Su Yaoyao let go, her face instantly switching back to a sweet smile. Good. Then come over and eat with me. I cautiously walked over and sat down. Su Yaoyao kept staring at me, making me feel completely on edge. What is going on? Is this really the gentle and quiet Su Yaoyao? I sat beside her, not even daring to breathe too loudly. Su Yaoyao, however, acted like nothing happened, and went back to happily devouring her fried chicken. Classmate Fang, why aren't you eating? Su Yaoyao turned her head, a bit of grease still on the corner of her mouth. I'm not really hungry, I said softly. No way, you have to eat. Su Yaoyao picked up a piece of fried chicken and shoved it right up to my mouth. Here. I had no choice but to take a bite. Su Yaoyao finally smiled in satisfaction. Good, right? She asked with a smile. It's good. I nodded. Su Yaoyao leaned in close, staring straight at me. Our eyes met, and she paused for a moment. Classmate Fang, do you think I look really ugly like this? I quickly shook my head. No, you're actually pretty cute like this. Su Yaoyao huffed. I don't believe you. You're definitely laughing at me in your head. I'm really not. I'm telling the truth. I stood up. Well, I'm gonna go take a shower first, Yaoyao. In the bathroom. I took a cold shower, trying to calm myself down. Su Yaoyao's behavior just now left me completely at a loss. So it turns out, Su Yaoyao isn't as quiet and demure as she seems on the outside. Or rather, is this actually her true self? The contrast between this and her usual self is way too huge. When I finished my shower and came out, I found that Su Yaoyao had already tidied up most of the room. She had changed into clean pajamas and was sitting on the edge of the bed, but her eyes were still fixed dead on me, giving me the creeps. Yaoyao, is there something on my face? I couldn't help but ask. Su Yaoyao didn't answer. She just stared at me blankly. Yaoyao? I felt like something was off with her, so I walked over to her. But Su Yaoyao suddenly reached out and hugged me. She hugged me really, really tight. I froze instantly, my mind going completely blank. Yaoyao, are you wiping your mouth on me? Su Yaoyao slowly looked up, tears actually shimmering in her eyes. Hey, don't cry. I was just joking. I'm sorry. Now I was really panicking. Classmate Fang, it's not your fault. I don't know what's wrong with me either. I stiffened, not knowing where to put my hands. They just hovered awkwardly in the air. I just feel like you have a familiar scent. Su Yaoyao carefully sniffed my body. Her nose rubbed against my chest, making it tickle. I stood frozen, my heart pounding like a drum. Her actions completely exceeded my expectations. Her body was pressed tightly against mine, her nose gently nuzzling my chest, as if searching for some familiar scent. Her warm breath seeped through my thin pajamas, sending a tingling sensation across my skin. Yaoyao, let go of me first. My voice trembled slightly. My hands hovered there, unsure if I should push her away. No. Her voice was muffled, carrying a hint of pouty stubbornness. Classmate Fang, your scent is so familiar. I feel like I've smelled it somewhere before. I was taken aback. I looked down at the top of her head, an inexplicable emotion welling up inside me. I had never seen Su Yaoyao like this. She was usually so gentle and quiet, like a silently blooming flower. But right now, she was like a lost little animal, clinging to me tightly. It's probably just the body wash. I tried to explain, my voice a bit dry. No. Su Yaoyao looked up, her eyes wet, as if covered by a thin layer of mist. It's not the body wash, it's your scent. I've felt this way before, like I've known you for a very long time. My heartbeat suddenly spiked, my mind in total chaos. I tried hard to recall if I had ever crossed paths with Su Yaoyao in the past, but other than our interactions over the last few days, I couldn't remember any past connection with her at all. I didn't know any girl named Su Yaoyao before. I could only gently pat her shoulder, trying to soothe her. Yaoyao, did you mistake me for someone else? We shouldn't have met before. Hey, we're sleeping together tonight, right? Her eyes looked a bit hazy. That won't be necessary, right? There are so many empty beds today. How about this? I'll call Tian, and I'll just sleep in her bed tonight. No need to squeeze in with you. I scratched my head and reached into my pocket for my phone, but Su Yaoyao snatched it first and clutched it in her hand. No. According to the rotation, classmate Fang belongs to me today. Lying in bed, I could faintly make out Su Yaoyao's stunning silhouette in the dark. She was pressed up really close, to the point where I could feel her body trembling slightly. A familiar scent? I pulled up my collar and took a sniff. Doesn't smell like anything special. But speaking of which, I couldn't help but think of that foul-smelling Long Aodian from today. Judging from Long Aochin's behavior today, his target is definitely by Tian. Everything happening lately has been way too bizarre, even though I don't know what the deal is with that system. One thing is for sure, Long Aochin is absolutely a massive pain in the ass. If that's the case, I need to stay far away from that woman. By Tian too. Classmate Fang. I felt Su Yaoyao wrap her arms around my arm. Yaoyao, can't you sleep? The soft sensation of her chest left me momentarily flustered. I want to taste you. Su Yaoyao's hot breath brushed against my face. Wait, is this right? My Adam's apple bobbed, my ears burning so hot they felt like they were on fire. Su Yaoyao's lips were only half an inch away from my Adam's apple. Her bright, beautiful eyes stared at me with a burning intensity. Wait a minute, you're not going to bite me, are you? My back was pressed against the headboard. I had nowhere to retreat. Su Yaoyao opened her mouth and bit down right on my collarbone. The bite wasn't too light nor too heavy. I hissed and sucked in a breath, my fingers instinctively gripping the bedsheets. A warm tongue suddenly licked gently over the teeth marks. Goosebumps exploded all over my body. Just as I was about to struggle, I heard the girl's tearful voice, muffled against my clothes. If classmate Fang pushes me away, I'll tell Jingjing you peeked at me changing. That threat froze me in place. Moonlight slipped through the gap in the curtains. I saw Su Yaoyao's eyelashes cast delicate shadows under her eyes. Her hair fell into my neck, tickling me numb. The AC blanket had slipped down to her waist at some point. The strap of her strawberry print nightgown was slowly slipping off her shoulder. Her body was trembling even harder now. She's scared. Yao Yao, are you okay? I asked softly. Su Yaoyao didn't answer. At least she didn't try to bite me again. She just buried her face in the crook of my neck, her breathing rapid and erratic. Her fingers tightly gripped the hem of my shirt, as if terrified I would suddenly disappear. System, what the hell are you playing at? I suddenly remembered something. Host, you actually remembered me? Sob sob. The system responded immediately. I mean, you're a system for crying out loud. Can you drop the dramatic act? It's because you wouldn't let me speak, host. I was dying holding it in. What's the deal with Su Yaoyao? What do you mean? What are you talking about, host? You didn't do this? Su Yaoyao is acting like she mutated or something. She's clinging to me and won't let go. Of course I didn't do it. I have no authority to manipulate the actions of anyone belonging to this world. The system's tone was firm, and it didn't sound like it was lying, so I can responsibly tell you. This girl is clinging to you entirely on her own. You should be secretly thrilled, host. But why? I couldn't wrap my head around it. That I don't know. Host, are you sure you didn't do anything to her before? How is that possible? We've only known each other for a few days. I just think she's pretty. Host, it seems I misjudged you. I always thought a beast in human clothing like you would definitely. I couldn't listen to this anymore, and once again muted this damn system. She wouldn't be able to hear me talking to it right now anyway, right? I just noticed Su Yaoyao's ears were empty. She wasn't wearing her hearing aids. Could it be that I really did meet her in the past? After thinking for a while, I got sleepy. Being hugged by a girl while sleeping is actually pretty comfortable. Plus, not only is Su Yaoyao's body super soft, she also smells incredibly good. I pulled the blanket back up to her shoulders and just closed my eyes to sleep. Su Yaoyao's previously furrowed brows finally relaxed a bit. The sky was just beginning to show a hint of dawn. Su Yaoyao opened her eyes. I was snoring loudly, and she was still resting on my arm. Su Yaoyao sat up in shock, shrinking back. Why is classmate Fang in my bed? Seeing the teeth marks on my neck, she finally remembered what happened last night. It would have been better if she hadn't. The moment she recalled her behavior from yesterday, her face instantly burned red all the way to Su Yaoyao. Oh, Su Yaoyao, what on earth did you do? Right now, Su Yaoyao wished she could find a hole in the ground and crawl right in. I rolled over, mumbling something in my sleep. Su Yaoyao hurriedly took out her hearing aids, put them on, and leaned in close to my ear, wanting to hear clearly what I was saying. I'll avoid his sharp edge first. I mumbled incoherently. What? Su Yaoyao leaned in a bit closer. I suddenly shouted. Su Yaoyao was startled again, then let out a gentle smile. Classmate Fang really is just like a little kid, isn't he? Su Yaoyao hugged her knees, quietly watching me. At a time like this, she just couldn't remember anything. Her expression grew lonely. What kind of person was I in the past? Su Yaoyao picked up one of my hands, hesitated for a moment, and placed it against her cheek. So warm. Just like in that dream. Classmate Fang, who exactly are you? I seemed to feel something, and muttered, stop messing around. Su Yaoyao quickly pulled her hand back, her heart racing. She held her breath and waited for a few seconds. Seeing that I showed no signs of waking up, she finally let out a sigh of relief. What am I doing? Su Yaoyao covered her face, feeling like a total creep. She stood up, deciding to wash her face with cold water to wake herself up. Just as she reached the bathroom door, she suddenly heard a rustling sound from behind her. She turned around and saw me rubbing my eyes as I sat up. Yao Yao. My voice was still a bit hoarse, clearly not fully awake yet. Su Yaoyao froze in place, her heart skipping a beat. She forced a smile, pretending to be calm as she said, Gee, good morning, classmate Fang. I yawned, ruffled my hair, and mumbled groggily, You're up really early. I'm used to it. Su Yaoyao stammered, her face turning red again. I nodded, seemingly oblivious to her strange behavior. I stretched, climbed out of bed, and walked over to her. Did you sleep well last night? I didn't crowd you, did I? I scratched my head, asking a bit awkwardly. Su Yaoyao's face instantly flushed bright red. She lowered her head, not daring to look at me. It was fine. If you're uncomfortable, make sure you tell me. I noticed her face looked a little off. I'm not. That's good. Speaking of yesterday. Don't say it. Classmate Fang. Su Yaoyao buried her face in her hands. Sorry. I quickly apologized. No, it's all my fault. I lost my composure yesterday. Su Yaoyao didn't dare look me in the eyes. No, it was me. I stopped mid-sentence, suddenly freezing as if I choked on my words, staring out the window in shock. Outside the window, Su Jingjing was poking her head up. Outside the window, Xu Jingjing poked her head up. My pupils dilated, my mouth hanging open wide enough to fit an egg. Xu Jingjing was clinging to the AC unit outside the window, one hand gripping the window frame, her eyes wide and round. Looks like I've been spotted. This guy really is cunning. I hid so well, and he still saw me. Classmate Fang. Su Yaoyao waved her hand in front of my face. Ah, classmate Fang, you're definitely still thinking about last night, aren't you? You're so mean. Seeing my expression, Su Yaoyao pouted playfully. I rubbed my eyes hard and looked out the window again. This time there was nothing there. Weird. Why did I feel like I saw a silhouette outside the window just now? I slowly walked toward the window. He's coming over. Xu Jingjing, who had ducked her head below the window, heard my footsteps, getting closer and closer. She tightened her grip on the katana at her waist. I walked up to the window and pushed it open. The morning sunlight instantly flooded the entire room. I poked my head out and took a look. Outside, other than the empty AC unit and the distant campus scenery, there was absolutely nothing. Weird. Was I just seeing things? I scratched my head, muttering to myself. Su Yaoyao stood behind me, asking in confusion, Classmate Fang, what are you looking at? Nothing.